3, 2, 1, go.
Whee!
Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah, you should have a little jingle at the start of your video.
Well, we do have a soundboard, but somebody
look,
doesn't have
I
it.
just got
Dun, 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 dun.
It's on its
notified.
way. It's on its way. I forgot.
Alan.
I just remembered. I just thought, I better set up for the stream, and then realised that, damn, I haven't set the soundboard up.
Don't panic! Don't panic!
Mr. Mannering. Don't tell him, Pike.
Don't panic! Don't panic!
Don't tell him your number, Pip.
Okay, why are we here?
Oh, I don't know.
I'm not. I'm here.
You're there. I'm here.
No,
I'm
you're
here.
there.
To laugh at
Now I'm
ridiculousness.
here.
Who's on second?
Now I'm there.
I don't know. He's on third.
I was on second.
I must have been on first then.
Go and
Maybe.
hit a home run. Who framed Roger Rabbit? That's the big question.
His missus did.
No, not Jessica. You keep Jessica out of that. She's got curves that could kill.
Yeah. And she framed her bloody husband.
Oh, no, she didn't.
She got jizzy juice.
No, she's just CGI.
She can't help being bad. She's drawn that way.
Wow, I think this is actually a first for us that everybody's got an avatar.
Yay!
Quick, take a screenshot.
No.
Oh, Goggy's got his hand up.
I've only got one screen and I'm trying to arrange everything, but it's not working.
Well, it works for me. I've got the Zoom meeting. I've got the side chat, internal chat, participants list, OBS, the Chrome window.
Discord?
And I can open up. And I've got Discord as well.
How many
yeah.
screens have you got?
One.
How big is
He's
it?
got-
That big.
Size does not
About
matter.
About that big.
So they say.
That's what she says.
Prove it.
Yeah, were you there?
Yeah.
I want proof undeniable that doesn't come from the government, not a picture.
Yeah.
But you got-
Undeniable proof you exist.
You've got to have independent, rareable.
Ball, last week we put in Flat Earth Physics Professor Phil Bell.
Yeah.
There's 2 videos for that or just the one? I've got
just-
2 videos. There's 2 videos here. I don't know which one goes first.
Oh, hang on. I'll go down into homework and have a quick look.
We can wind Jose up and do a UFO one before he goes.
Oh, yes.
Hang on. Even better. If we debunk UFOs before Jose does it, it's going to ruin his whole stream.
Yeah, and you can post the link into his chat.
You'll
side
have a
chat.
hard time debunking UFOs because I've seen one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a UFO.
So
Okay.
hang on. So
Falsify it.
no. Well,
Because I have no idea what it could have been.
Gorgie,
So-
that's not a problem. And I'll say it to you like this: the words UFO stands for
Unidentified flying object.
Exactly. So because you haven't identified it, that means it is unidentified.
Yes, and you'll have a hard time refuting the existence of something that's unidentified and flying.
Yeah, but
Doesn't mean it's alien.
The point here is it can be
Exactly.
unidentified without being aliens, right? Because as soon as you say UFOs, everyone thinks it's aliens. Now, if it's not aliens, it debunks the whole UFO myth.
Because it's unidentified.
It doesn't need to be identified or unidentified for it to have aliens on it.
But
But-
here's the thing.
Yeah, exactly.
But
There's-
if it is a flying saucer with aliens on it, you've identified it, so it's not a UFO.
Yeah, but the thing is, what if we're aliens and they're the
We're the aliens to them.
species. Yeah, but what if it were?
Now you're just being
invaded their
freaking
planet?
ridiculous. Get over it.
Oh,
Of course.
Of course.
we need a soundboard.
Don't tell them your
Just
name.
press the random
Mike.
button on the
Of
soundboard, please.
course.
Thanks.
Of course.
No.
It's impossible.
Look at little bird there.
What dinosaur?
Is
Hey,
she?
hey. Ancient animals,
Mhm.
thank you.
Sorry.
Ancient animals, thank you.
Oh, antiques.
Yeah.
I'm officially an antique now.
We lost someone.
We lost
I know.
someone. Who'd we
They
lose?
fell down the hole.
It's all right. I'm sure they'll be back.
What if Roger can go down the rabbit hole and get back?
All right.
Who
So
disappeared then?
the question.
I'm not sure.
Hello, Flat Earth researchers, debaters, and debunkers. It's time to do some primary school science.
Because really, we should be getting on with it.
So all right. So Terry,
Mm.
the question at hand would be: you wanted Professor Fields.
Mm.
Now you can do. You want to do Professor Phil's response to Brian's logic, the ranty flat Earth. So that was from a week ago. You can do the one from. Oh, hang on. I'll have to click on his videos because he's got more than that. Did you want to do the flat Earth ones? I'm assuming.
Well, if it's to do with science or physics or something. There's got
So-
flat Earth physics and flat Earth physics dome or globe atmosphere.
Yeah. So
That's
there's also his response to Brian Logic's ranty's flat Earth. I think he must have. Oh, that only came. Oh, that came out a week ago. So that must have been he debunked Ranty's bloody logic or something on one of Ranty's things.
I
Who's
sent an
Randy?
email. I sent an email to Tommy Greenwald or whatever his name is.
Yep.
To see,
Greenwald.
to see if it's okay to do his mirror of his. I haven't got a
Um,
response back yet.
mass, orbital physics, light physics. Yeah. Look, I think if you start with his either the flat Earth physics. Yeah, the flat Earth physics or start with the flat Earth physics rather than the dome physics because then they go in order. Have you got his flat
Okay.
Earth physics one?
Yep.
Yep.
So, do we have any synopsis on this flat Earth physics?
All right. So, Professor Phil Bell, he's a South African that lives in Melbourne, Australia. Somehow he got sucked into this whole deep and nasty rabbit hole. And as a physicist, he's actually been releasing informative videos indirectly in the way of busting down weird and stupid assertions that individuals that don't understand physics try to make when they state something ridiculous about flat Earth.
Oh, you mean flat Earth science researchers?
Well, he explains it in a quite defined way of how things really work, how physics really work, and why what they say doesn't.
Crack on, I say.
Okay, no laughing, anybody, okay? I know you're going to feel like laughing when I say this, but no laughing. This is very serious, okay? There are actual people who think the Earth is flat.
What?
So this little
What?
lecture is to
What?
try and demonstrate some of the questions that they have. All
I've
right,
seen
so
this guy.
they continuously say things like, that's the flat Earth people, continuously say things like, water always lies flat.
No, they don't. They
Okay,
say
that's
water
one of
finds
their
its
big,
level.
Mantras. So let's see if we some examples that we can put up before we go on to some more detailed stuff. Let's look at some of the simple stuff, like water always lies flat. Well, clearly it doesn't. Example number 1, tides. Notice here we've got low tide, high tide. All the water's gone at low tide. If you go to the beach, where did all the water go? Well, if you represent that on a diagram, you can see we've got low tide, here's the ground, and we've got high tide. So it's obviously accumulating somewhere else. The water doesn't just disappear, it accumulates somewhere else. So low tide, high tide. Not flat. All right, let's go for another example. How about this one?
Pretty
I like
simple.
Yeah.
Low tide, high tide, not
So
flat.
Flat.
So what's sea
Tide
level?
goes in, tide goes out.
So what's sea level at low tide?
Terry,
Well, that's the bottom half of the. That would be the lowest half of the.
that would be minimum.
The lower. The minimum of the height of the tide, and then you've got the highest tide, and we work on our sea level is somewhere in between.
He's
Because it's
gobsmacked, but
the mean.
Yeah, it's the mean of the two.
daytime, nighttime.
Sexy, sexy.
It's the mean of the mean. It's the mean between the mean of the low tides and the mean of the high tides.
That's mean.
Oh, stop being so mean.
Yeah, you're just being mean.
Goggy's got his hand up.
Still. Are you talking to
Somebody
retards?
implied it.
What?
Yeah, hands up, Gorgie.
What was that sound effect though?
That was Super Rat's wonderful song that he released called Daytime Nighttime.
Okay. So I'm just gonna say that means that sea level is hardly ever at sea level.
Very, very rarely is sea level at sea level.
That's very
And
correct.
as I said to somebody, yes, as I said to somebody last night, the flat. I have never ever, in my experience, observed the sea to be either flat nor level, because you've got the tides and you've got the bloody waves on them.
Yeah.
And you've
we
got
have surges
swell and eddies.
surges.
Yeah,
Well, yeah,
surges.
yeah. So actually,
And
I've
Captain
never
Birds.
ever seen the surface of the sea level or flat. So, yeah.
Yeah, and this is when they'll turn around and go, oh, look at the Maldives or look at the Bahamas. And it's like, that is very shallow water.
Or maybe look at this lake that's in the Swiss Alps and nobody goes there and there's no weather.
Well, like was pointed out, now I can't remember the actual stream it was on or what particular scientific thing I was. It could have even been Simon Dan. Now I think about it, he pointed out quite clearly that now even small bodies of water are actually affected by the moon. Just because it's at a measurement that our eyes can't determine doesn't mean it's not being affected. Just because it's an amount that we can't measure with a ruler doesn't mean it's not being affected. It's
Yeah,
just,
but if you can't
the-
see it with your eyes,
that's
it's
correct.
not real.
Yeah.
Well, if I remember correctly, the Toadie's presentation on laser ranging to the moon, things that they have measured that they know are affecting because they can measure the distance between the laser source on Earth and the retro reflector on the moon to an accuracy of about an accuracy of less than 5 millimeters. They have seen movements caused by the Earth's tide, the sea's tidal pull on the moon, and even the pressure of the solar wind.
I think it was gravity was talking about the laser gyroscope that's in, not gyroscope, yeah, gyroscope that's in New Zealand, and how accurate that is. You know, so there's ways of measuring it. Sure, you can't do it with a ruler, but there's ways of measuring stuff that's obviously beyond the realm's means of us and all the thoughts of any flat Earth type believer.
Indeed.
Proceed.
Yes.
Proceed.
Try the test tube. We have a look at this. This is called the meniscus. It's not flat. Okay, oh, look at this one over here. That's a puddle on the floor. Now, if we look at the puddle side on, we'll see that the puddle is raised a little bit. Because it didn't flow everywhere, it's still in the shape of a puddle. So, logically, it's not bloody flat. Okay. They're trying very hard not to make a noise, that's good. Okay, alright, so let's look at this one. We have a wet basketball. Look, we've damaged some of the balls, got rid of it there, okay. A wet basketball. We took a basketball and we wet it. And the water is still around it because it's wet. If I throw it at you, lots of water will go on you because the basketball is wet. If you're not sure what wet means, spill some water on yourself. That's what wet means. You are now wet. Water will stick to you. You are wet. We call that wet. Wet means there's a layer of water around the basketball. Now, if you scale this basketball to the size of the Earth, you'll find that the thickness of the wet surface around the basketball is more than the oceans. Well, you know what? Water is not flat. Okay, let's have a look. Why does water stay with the ball? Let's have a look at this tube. Tube over here, that's a long distance. It's a very long distance, this tube here, but we're going to see if the water's going to be level, because people often use water in tubes to get their levels.
Wonder if you could call it a
And
water
water
level.
works perfectly for that.
Hang
Very,
on, that looks
very
like
nice.
a Daniel
It's been
Pratt
used for a long
experiment.
time. The Romans did it. Well, let's have a look how come. Well, all the water is heading, or every molecule of water is heading towards Earth's center of mass. Now, wherever you're standing, it's the distance from the center of mass to the top of the water is the same. That's why it's level. So as you can see from here, this distance over here, x, is the same over here, it's the same over here, it's the same over here, and it's the same over here. okay, even though that is level to the observer. That looks like it's level, it's the same distance. But if you have a look across here, the earth is curved. Water is not bloody flat. Do we get it now?
Terry,
I was going to say, hey?
as this guy is in Australia, apparently.
No, I don't think he's in Australia.
Yeah, he
Is he?
lives in Melbourne.
Oh, does he? Okay.
He's from South Africa.
You've got to try and get him on the show because I think he would be absolutely brilliant to talk to.
He'd be fucking
I've
hilarious.
seen some of his videos. He's hilarious.
Yeah, I caught one of his yesterday or the day before. Didn't get a chance to watch it all, but
Water is not bloody flat.
It's
Get
not
it now.
flat.
I want to get him on with a debate with a certain person that's going for their law degree.
Oh, that'd be hilarious.
Oh well, I
He's
can't talk.
He's already debated Riley, and Riley tried to dox him. He won't debate him again.
Really?
Oh really?
Yep.
Riley tried to dox him.
Yep.
Oh, because that's what happens when, someone more
When they get their
intellectual.
asses handed to them.
Oh, I was just going to say, because someone
He had
more
a debate.
intelligent.
He had a debate with him on, I think it was Ranty's show.
Well, obviously he
but-
needs a medium that's somewhat more, shall we say,
Hospitable?
neutral. I was going to say neutral, like Jose's.
Why not ours?
Well,
Yeah, why not ours? See if you'll come on here and talk. Cause
Yeah, just don't tell him that
we're pretty
Professor
neutral.
Phil's on here.
Yeah, we're neutral.
as long as he doesn't expect us to be intelligent, that's fine.
Yeah.
The perfect platform.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, but the thing is, the moment we tell him,
Professor Phil's been on
Even if
Uni
we
Rocks
can't-
too.
Yeah,
even if we can't get a flirt, I'm sure we would have an awful lot of fun just chatting with the man
Yeah,
because he
but I'm
seems
sure
like he's
if he heard my
seems like
son-
he's our sort of person.
yeah, if he heard my son go, not flat,
Are
he'd
you
love it.
are you guys trying to torture poor Gorgie?
Why?
He's got his hand up.
Getting the sore
Still.
arm.
And
I've had it up since the last pause.
Off you go, Corky.
I was going to say that because that explanation, that means that my drink next to me's got tides. And that's all.
Yes.
Have you got a big
will
bottle of
actually-
helium?
Understand there's a difference between water being or liquid being affected by the moon's gravity and or tides. So for tides, you'd need to have a large body of water. However,
Look at the edges, it's got tides.
yeah, no, it won't.
no,
That's the meniscus. That was the other one. That was his second one. Meniscus,
Yes,
not
the
flat.
meniscus would go up and down with the tides.
No, it doesn't work like that, Corky.
Whereas the other side would go up, one side would go down.
surface tension, Gorgie.
You're missing it just a little bit there, Corky. We
Could you
can
get him?
we can talk about it later if you remind me after the stream and we can talk about it then.
Could you get Pukit Word on here talking to this guy?
No. Anything but him.
I don't know. What about him on Antonio?
What, super rats?
Yeah. I don't know.
Daytime, nighttime.
I don't know.
Hey, I've got a spanner over there. I could try and ask him. I was saying,
Possible.
I'll tell him that. I'll tell him this scientist wants to debate him.
Yeah. Are you just eating him?
Who's eating?
I don't know.
No,
No.
no, not me. He says guilty. Rice
Careful,
crackers.
or you'll get
Rice crackers are apparently too crunchy. Damn it!
Damn that folly.
I think it's finished now. I think.
Yeah, it's pretty
Yeah.
much the end.
Thank you.
Thank you. You're welcome.
Thank you. Yeah, quite.
True Blue, no, not Chris Berry. No way.
Chrissy won't come on in.
Oh,
I scared him off with a fisheye lens. He won't talk to
Chris
scientists.
Berry's got no integrity whatsoever. That's another thing too. Like when you're in meets, right? You can see the names of everyone you're talking to. And yet these flat earthers that come in go, who am I talking to? Who's that?
Look at your fucking screen.
Oh, it's because most of them are doing it on their phones.
They
I
can't
tell you
afford
I
a
got a
computer.
laptop.
Peter?
I tell you the one thing that annoys me a little bit sometimes about Zoom is participants' names randomly seem to jump up and down the bloody participants list. So
Yeah,
you
I've
go
noticed
to
it. Yeah, I noticed that.
you go to mute somebody and it moves just as you click the button and you mute the wrong person.
Yeah,
That's
but
'cause it's seizure.
I don't do that. I just have to do that. That's on the screen. I don't have to do it on the
Anyway.
participants list.
Yeah.
But on meets on a phone, okay, if you're in the meet room, you see the list and you have a small window at the top. So they have no excuse unless they're flirting and driving, which most of them do, or they're not paying attention to the fucking screen when shit's being presented to them.
Well, the thing here is if they are driving, do you really want them looking at the screen?
I don't want them driving full stop while they're
Oh,
talking to us.
They shouldn't be
This was the
driving.
one I saw the start of.
Yeah, the other one.
Beats the
Yeah.
deal model.
So this one actually shows, it goes through the whole physics of the globe Earth model and how it would have to work for the.
Yeah, and I remember the problem with there's an issue. There's a big issue if the sun is inside the dome.
Yes.
Yeah.
Is that reflections?
I'd be more worried
There's
about the
not-
radiation, but you know.
Well, just the fact that
I want to know.
it would just keep on heating the atmosphere.
I'd know what I want to know if
Building the pressure.
how far away the dome is from the sun, because the thermal qualities of the dome must be pretty good to withstand the heat of the sun.
So if the sun was inside the dome, all you need
Would
to
be
start.
roasted.
Well, you just need to think Chernobyl in the sky.
Chernobyl.
Okay.
Chernobyl.
Okay. Going by flat Earth information, so very scarce. It is anywhere between 5,000 and 12,000 miles.
Well, they keep saying the
I
sun's
thought
only
it was
3,000.
3,000 to
3, some
8,000
say
miles.
3.
No, that's
Yeah.
to the sun, not
Yeah,
to the
that's
Yeah.
what
dome.
we're talking about.
So the sun's inside the dome then.
Yeah, but the dome,
Yeah.
like I said,
I wonder
Oh,
why
yeah,
it's
the
so
dome, yeah.
bloody hot.
like 5,000 to 12,000 miles. That's their guesstimate. Okay,
Yeah,
but
but-
the other
obviously-
thing is, what material is it made of that can hold up that amount of weight to cover the entire diameter of the flat Earth?
Oh, now I can
It's
explain
not
that one.
affected by dropity.
No, I can
It's not
explain that one.
affected by troposphere.
Can you remember when on Star Trek, the motion picture when they had to come back and pick up the whales, and Scotty
that was
went.
Star
Trek
Scotty
4.
Scotty went and saw himself and told
Yeah.
himself about
Plexiglass.
No. He
No, clear
went and
aluminium.
That's it.
He went and saw the inventor of
Clear aluminium.
that was it,
Yeah,
transparent aluminium,
right. So
and it was like you can't tell him about it. Well, he invented it now, so why not?
so this
The little
transparent
computer.
aluminium obviously has been invented in the future, brought back into the past, put over the dome that was created by this super spaghetti monster being thing.
By God.
No, I don't like using that word, but
Good.
Id.
the individual that is premised to be the creator of everything,
Oh, the Wizard of Id.
depending on which particular religion you follow. and he put transparent aluminium over the top of us all.
Okay.
I like Roger Rabbit's question. How can the sun disappear because it's so far away when you can still see stars that are stuck to the dome beyond it?
But my question still
they got light
stands.
switch.
What? How does it stay up? What magical force holds it? It's buoyant.
Am I gonna have to sit here with my hand up for a day again?
But it's got water over the top of it.
Can anyone else see Gorgie's got his hand up?
No, I can't because I'm
Go
looking
on.
at the screens.
Go on, Gorgie. What's up?
I was gonna say that clear aluminium, you probably mean sapphire.
No. It's. I was talking about a movie, Gorgie.
Clear aluminium is aluminium oxide, which is sapphire.
No, Gorgie. I'm talking.
No,
I was referencing a movie called the Star Trek motion
Journey
picture.
Home. The Journey
No,
Home.
the-
Star Trek.
Well,
Was
they
it
come
Star
to pick the
Trek
whales up.
Yeah.
6.
Yeah.
Star Trek 4.
One of the Star Trek.
It's one of the Star Treks.
One of the Star Trek movie motion picture bloody things. And
Yeah, it's 4.
Yes, and what they meant by transparent aluminium in that context was sapphire.
No, it wasn't.
No, it wasn't.
No, it wasn't.
Because otherwise they would have said sapphire.
Yeah. Because
They wanted to sound cooler.
And it wasn't actually clear aluminium, it was clear aluminum.
Yeah, it was and I think
transparent aluminum.
Yeah, transparent aluminum bloody
Aluminum.
Yeah.
Alloy.
Was that invented by? I thought that was invented by the Illuminati.
Ooh.
Illuminati.
Very good.
Oh, now we're getting our own conspiracy theory happening again.
So who put all the stars on the dome then?
Michelangelo.
That must have took him years.
Yeah, he must have had a
hell of
long
a big
ladder.
ladder.
Yeah.
I said that first.
I'm still trying to look for the naked guys up there because he normally only paints naked guys on the roof of things. So.
Also,
yes, that was the whale Star Trek, Dory.
Yes.
Yeah.
Gorgie, where did you get your information that aluminium oxide is sapphire?
You saw it on Anthony Riley's YouTube video.
Did it
I
involve
can't
an
remember
egg?
exactly where, but I've seen it in multiple places.
Did it?
Okay, it looks aluminium oxide looks nothing like a freaking sapphire.
No.
Yeah, but then again, a piece
I mean,
of
if you get a lot of it in the same place as a single crystal,
but
then it's sapphire.
I was going to say, but a piece of carbon doesn't exactly look like a diamond either.
Yeah, but aluminium oxide is a white odorless crystalline powder.
And carbon's a black crystalline powder, and it doesn't look like diamond, so it could.
When it's compressed.
Hang on.
Gonna look on Google.
Yes, I will Google the hell out of it.
Google food.
Well, next time I'm up that way, Roger Rabbit, I'll have a look and see if there's any graffiti there.
Why isn't there any graffiti on the dome? Because it's made of Teflon painted coated aluminium alloy perspex shitty stuff.
Oh, it's made out of that stuff that doesn't mark.
It's Al2O3 is sapphire with trace amounts of elements such as iron, titanium, chromium, copper, and magnesium, which will obviously give it its colour casts.
Yeah.
Crystal habit. As crystals, massive and granular. It's a variety of the mineral corundum consisting of aluminium oxide, Al2O3.
You're going to have to do some research now, Gorgie, to find out where your sources came from.
I remember one
So,
of them
yeah,
was
he's
like
correct.
about the
He's
a
correct.
fighter jet, and it used that
He's
for all the
correct.
instruments.
Yeah, but it's only a part of it.
Oh, don't start getting
It's the vast majority
Hang
of
on,
it.
hang on. Yeah, Gorgie, just wait a moment. Don't get semantic demonic. He was correct and you were wrong. So it's all right.
No.
Yes, he was correct. He really was.
The vast majority of it is aluminium oxide with the impurities just giving it a color.
Correct.
Anyways, that was
anyway.
that was made up film, so don't worry about it.
Oh.
Like the dome, it's made up. A buoyancy.
That fire just sounded a bit too expensive.
Can we play?
Okay. Proceed. Oop, wrong one.
Well, it's a dome, but not as we know it.
Oh, guys, it's past midnight for me, so I'm going to have to go now.
Night, Gorgie.
Okay, Gorgie.
I need somewhat of a good sleep schedule.
You need that.
How do I leave?
Just hit the red button on the
bottom
right
Guys.
corner.
Guys.
Bye.
Bye, Gorgie.
Bye.
His name's not Aaron. You know how to get out of here.
Has he got a really large bottle of helium?
No, that's how he sounds, mate.
Oh, does he? Oh, right. It's not his microphone making him squeaky.
He could have also called it Emerald.
Oh, could have.
Sorry, I just looked up corundum.
And I have a feeling Ruby is also.
Yeah, Ruby's corundum as well.
Yeah.
And sapphires aren't always blue.
No,
and
you can actually
rubies aren't always red.
Nope.
And you can make synthetic sapphires and have been able to since 1902.
Mm-hmm.
Irish Stew has said, Riley said there was no distance to the sun. If there is no distance between his ears, is the sun inside his head? It's just a number. It don't mean anything.
No, he's no. It's not the sun
Is that
inside
the
his
real
head.
multi-tom-tom in the chat?
Don't know.
Must be. I can't see him. Yeah, if I can't see him, it is.
Yes, it is.
And I can't see him, so it is.
Terry, can we invite him on to talk about radar and radio navigation aids?
Well, that's up to him if he wants to talk about it.
Or fisheye lenses.
Hello, Shanji.
Well,
Oh,
no, I was asking you because obviously it's your channel and you like to control who comes on. But I've been asking him for such a long time, and he always keeps refusing.
Multi Tom Tom, would you like to join our panel and have a chit chat? Sean reckons he fell asleep. Yeah, sure you did.
Bad me. Hello, Sean.
We're still waiting for Sean to come in from before.
Yeah. Don't tell him your name, Sean.
Ozzie should be ashamed of what? Knowing stuff that you don't.
Well, elaborate, Tom Tom. I've never met an Aussie what's ashamed.
I'm not ashamed of anything.
Are we able to send him a link somehow?
Oh, he's not on your Discord, so that makes it very difficult.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's not on my Discord either.
He definitely ain't on mine. Australia is flat as its duck-billed platypus.
Well, duck-billed platypus
Duck-billed
aren't flat,
platypus.
so it ain't flat.
No.
It's so
No.
not flat. So
No.
thanks for agreeing with us there.
What? Riley claims the dome at
Oh.
the 85th parallel south is 1,800 foot.
No, actually, Mr. P actually finished off Multi Tom Tom's sentence earlier, where Australians should be ashamed
To have
flat
amongst
Earth,
them.
flat Earth Aussie Jesus amongst them.
I finished it. I finished the sentence. Yeah. Thanks for that, Mr. P.
My new laptop. Are you really proud of your new laptop then, mate?
I wonder how hard he had to work to get that.
Has it got a flat screen?
Does Australians also have poisonous claws? Well, some do. Like my ex-wife.
Ooh.
The female platypus has a poison claw.
Male.
Oh, it's male. Sorry.
Yes.
Did I
Let
mention
me,
I
let
got
me
a
get
new
some more of
laptop?
this drink into me.
Gorgie said, "Did I mention my new laptop?" And he said, "It's burning my legs off." And I'm thinking, well, just because it's called a laptop doesn't mean to say you have to have it on your laptop.
You're blocking the fans. That's why it's getting overheated, mate. If you blow in the bottom of it continuously, you'll be fine.
All right.
Put it on one of those breakfast tables that you can sit on your lap. You don't have to have it sitting directly on your body.
Sean G, since you're in the side chat there, do you know if Multi Tom Tom's in your Discord server?
Oh, I can have a look.
Stick it on top of a fan, Gorg.
I'm in bed and there isn't anywhere else to put it. What about next to you? Is your bed that small?
Put it somewhere so I can breathe.
What was that
Sean
noise?
said, "I think he is, but never ever is there."
I'm going to look. It's all right. I wasn't
I'm having a look for you there, mate. I'll tell you in a second.
He'll be right down the bottom.
Yeah, I know.
Dum-dum.
Did we wake Sean up?
Can't see a multi-tom-tom.
It is morning. Sort of.
No, I can't see him.
Nope, he isn't.
That makes life difficult. Oh, actually, I know where I might find him.
Gork, you're blocking the airflow. That's why it's so hot.
He said he's willing to debate any baller 1-to-1. So.
Oh, he says that all the time and then pikes out, runs away.
Yeah.
Any baller 1-to-1.
He hasn't got the
makes
balls.
2. Is that 1 raised to the power of 1?
He has to come in with one piece of indicative evidence.
Yes, proof or evidence undeniable.
Show us graffiti on the dome. Or better still, go spray some graffiti on this so-called dome.
I want to see Multi Tom Tom was here above Australia on the dome.
Yeah. Would he know how to spell Australia?
I don't think he'd know how to spell Multi Tom Tom, to tell you the truth.
Well, I guess he isn't coming in.
No, it doesn't look like he wants to come in and talk.
No.
No, he wants everybody to go out so he can talk to one-on-one, and then he laughs and then disappears because he got everybody out of the call off the thing.
But it's really easy in Zoom. Terry just sets up another room, and we go in that room.
Yeah, that's right. And we, in fact,
mob him.
In fact, Terry could set up another room, open up the other room. We could stay right where we are, and Terry could stream the other room while we just sat here and we have no interaction with him.
That's a
Yeah, but
brilliant
we can
idea.
watch it and then have a laugh.
Yeah, but that will be you doing that, and it won't even be going out on the stream, will it?
That's all right. We
It
can
won't
still have
be
a laugh.
recorded.
Oh, they're saying them.
He doesn't seem to be.
No, he's got the
20.
opportunity to come in here. I can mute everybody and just leave the two people talking, and the other people can't interact with.
Yeah, but that won't be no fun.
Yeah, good.
That's one of the nice things about Zoom is you can have multiple rooms.
Yeah, I'd have to set it up separate before we started this one.
Oh no, Terry, you could all just put us all into the waiting room.
Yes, I could do that. The multi tom tom. I could just throw everyone in the waiting room, and you can have a one-on-one with someone. So, have you got any way of contacting you to send you a link? you thought Aaron was annoying. Okay.
Alt is sober and worse.
There they and them. You can have multi tom tom if you want.
Give the guy half a chance to prove himself.
Yeah. Well, I think realistically, as soon as he's got evidence undeniable that proves that will only work on a flat Earth, he's more than
multi tom tom.
able.
I don't like people just asserting things in the side chat if they're not willing to come into the voice part of a channel and actually speak.
Yeah. Also,
you're gonna keep in the side chat doing that. You know what happens to people that do that you don't know what happens to people in my streams in the side chat, so you'll find out if you keep it up.
Yeah. Gorgie would get torn apart, wouldn't he?
Oh, actually, not really, because multi tom tom's the one that's making the assertions, so it would be up to him to prove that the Earth is flat. So on that grounds alone, I think Gorgie could actually come in and say nothing, because there's nothing that multi tom tom could do to prove the Earth is flat. Yeah. And Gorgie would still win.
And if
you mean multi tom tom has no evidence?
Oh yeah, that magic word.
Multi tom tom doesn't make a comment regarding coming in to have a talk. What someone in the side chat can time him out.
Can I do it? Can I do it? Can I do it?
I haven't timed anyone out for a long time.
You mean you've got to have evidence to prove a theory?
Oh, apparently.
Yes, that, or you need to falsify the entire globe.
Yeah. Well, see, there's two ways that this can work. You can use what every other scientist.
Now, don't start fighting over each other, they and them. It's going to be like, who sees multi tom tom type something next and he gets timed out.
He's mine, bitches.
I want to see if he comments that he's going to come in or not first.
He's gone.
He'll run away now. He'll run away. See, because we weren't prepared to play by his rules.
Aww. A bit like Flat Earth Data earlier today.
God, did he go on?
Oh, yeah. Listen to 10 minutes of bullshit, and then we couldn't say a word edgewise.
What, Sean? You want Spurs to come in and you want to talk to him?
He's worse than Spurs.
Yes, Gorgie, you can go to sleep now. We're not stopping you.
Yeah.
Worse than Spurs.
Worse than Spurs, okay.
I don't know. Can you get worse than Spurs?
Never.
Yeah, you can.
Okay.
You've heard Ranty, haven't you?
No, I was going to say, have you not listened to Pissy Pete?
Oh, no. Pissy Pete.
Or Quantum Eraser?
Pissy Pete Shea is 100 times worse than Spurs.
Oh, Pete Shea. He's just He's lost. He's had too many Irish whiskies.
Well,
all,
looks
con-
like
Yes,
all
Dory,
concussions.
multi runaway.
yeah, looks like he might have Dory because I gave him the ultimatum. If he doesn't respond to wanting to come in to talk on the to have a talk with somebody.
I wouldn't say he's running away. He's probably crawling.
I had to pay. I had to pay my bacon tax today and then.
Someone has.
I
Pete
reckon
Harrington's
somebody's
paid.
got their finger on the button. As soon as he comes back in, they're going to time. Oh, look, see? Sean got him before you did, though, in them. Ha
I didn't even see him come up.
ha.
Oh,
I
neither-
know. It was quick.
Sean's on the pulse.
Yeah, they and them wanted at him. they and them, you're getting old, mate. You're a bit slow.
Got to be quick.
They got to be
But I'm
quick.
being censored. No, you just have nothing to bring to the table, so you're being denied. There's a difference.
Yeah.
We don't play little boy games here of letting little boys have arguments. When they spit their dummies, we smack them on the ass and send them back to bed.
I don't like keyboard warriors in my side chat. If you want to be like that, you come in and talk like normal people do.
Boing.
We prefer to be.
Alan, will you stop spamming ham?
That's actually
Mr.
as
P,
much
we are-
bacon as you can spam. That's
we
200
are
characters
reluctant.
worth.
We are reluctant to use "See you next Tuesday."
I thought that was the advertisement to go to the Northern Territory.
I'll see you in the NT.
Yeah. Am I reading that wrong?
See you
Yeah,
next
no, it's
Tuesday.
see you in the NT.
Yeah, that's right.
That's what it's supposed to be. You talking about Rich?
Mr. P.
Oh, I thought it was somebody else.
Speaking of P, I'm now off for one.
All right.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. Now I've got to go as well.
I'm just gonna get rid of some flat Earth shit in the toilet.
Are you going to drop a Riley?
Yeah, I'm gonna drop Riley. Oh shit! I just stood in some.
I want to see evidence of curved water too.
I want to see the evidence of Coriolis.
Oh, the droppity.
When I was pissed last night, you could have seen the evidence of Coriolis then. When I was trying to have a piss, that was going fucking everywhere, mate.
So what you're saying is you went in to find the quiet spot and found that it was in the left-hand corner of the toilet wall.
It sounded like it was making a puddle.
Oh my god, the chat's just full of bacon.
God, I'm getting bloody hungry now. I'm gonna order another pizza.
Ask
Can I
them to
get
put
some
cheese on
to
it
be
this
cheese,
time.
please?
Ask them, do they
If
put
I-
cheese on? Ask them, do they put cheese on their pizza?
I'm gonna ask for a cheese pizza and see if I get meat feast instead.
You'll just have meat.
I'm guessing Multi did just like
Well, he
think he was smart and yeah.
Not smarter than the average bear.
No, he's not.
Hey, boo boo.
What about we get some bigger Nicky baskets?
Who would be the park ranger? Big Blue?
Oh,
Oh,
so now I'm actually in here. I know Blue did try to answer me. Did anyone else, other than the few of us that watched it the other night, see the whole thing with Riley's response to Big Blue?
Yes, that was last night.
Oh, I did say other than us in here.
Dory, that was different type of toilet talk. You went down a different road.
There's more adverts in the local paper than there is on Tom's hardware page.
Well, that was irrelevant.
That is irrelevant. I don't know.
It's okay. You can keep stalling for a minute while I'm rolling my cigarette to watch the video.
What video?
Oh,
What video?
the next one.
Did I miss it? Was it Star Trek?
Well, it's actually the one that Terry's had stuck up on the screen for the last 10 minutes.
Yeah, I'll get screen burn soon.
I won't.
Christ, I paid all this money and I still ain't seen the film yet.
Oh, John Stock, that's blasphemy.
No, it's all right. It's just a little bit of pineapple to go with the ham and bacon.
Nana's got in
pizza.
on it now.
Because Sean shot a pig to make bacon, so we've got a couple of ham hocks and stuff out there now.
Some hair bears.
Oh, the Hair Bear bunch.
Yeah.
I remember
Hashtag
that.
time out, John Stock.
So what's it with all this bacon then?
I don't know how it all
This
started.
bloody thing.
Bacon is
I
life.
can't remember how it started.
Bacon is truth.
Bacon is life, bacon is truth.
Ah, right.
Bacon proves a globe earth.
Globe Earth, yeah.
Yeah, that's true, because pigs around.
Back again.
They and them, please correct me if I got it wrong.
Okay, next person that spams bacon, I'm going to time out.
Really?
Fucking, I'm ready. But here comes
There
the
ain't gonna be
bacon.
no one left
Here
in
comes
the
the
chat
bacon.
if you do that.
I've got my phone at arm's length. I'm waiting for the bacon attack.
If I turn my phone upside down, I could shake all that bacon onto
Hang on.
my pizza.
Hang on. Let's see how serious Terry is.
Bacon. Is there anything it can't
bacon,
do?
that's beer. That's beers. That's okay. Beers are okay.
All right, Alan's gone.
That's it.
I don't want any beer, thank you.
Is that the right thing to do?
But it goes with bacon so nicely.
He's got 300 seconds.
It's okay, puppy.
Yeah, but did they and them get his before Alan? After I said it?
After.
So they and them should be as well.
Yeah.
I'm still trying to imagine what bacon tastes like on a
Sean.
pizza.
And Sean G.
Irish stew, bacon bits.
Look, I'm trying to roll a cigarette here and I keep getting distracted.
Oh dear.
You Sean now?
Bacon is an element.
Yeah, it's on the periodic table.
I wish YouTube would tell you that you have actually been timed out before you try writing a fucking comment.
You weren't still typing, were you, Adam? Alan?
Yeah. But it doesn't delete your. It doesn't remove. You still see all your own comments, and it doesn't tell you that you can't do anything until
later. That's Google's sense of humor, Alan.
Okay, who tried their luck this time? You can time me out, but you will never take my bacon. Look, I'm taking your bacon. The bacon's gone. Say bye-bye,
bacon and eggs.
And Carl's got chilies up.
Yeah.
There goes your bacon. No more bacon. What? Carl's got what?
Chilies.
They're too
He's
hot.
testing you.
You can't have chilies with bacon.
No, you can't have chili. Okay, we can't have chili.
That's illegal.
Yeah,
There's a law against that.
Look, we're trying to watch a movie here.
Oh, stop timing people out there.
They keep distracting me.
Dross would like a link.
It's all the bacon,
Are
isn't
we
it?
going to let Druss in?
Yeah, let Druss in. How do you get Druss a link?
Only if he
Yeah, I'll
brings
get Druss
bacon.
in.
He's got a bacon sarnies pass around.
How do you get in contact?
I'm
with
pretty sure
Druss?
Druss here somewhere.
Where are you, Druss? You need a link to my Discord, Druss.
In Sean G's?
Oh.
Or has Alan got him?
So I think I've got him. Hang on, I'm just looking.
Skype is good. Yeah, but aren't you in Discord, Druss?
Wait, what the fuck?
What? What happened?
Skype is good.
Okay, NA was timed out. Carl Edwards was timed out.
Sean was timed out, and they and them was timed
No,
out.
no, I haven't got Druss.
Oh, the bacon went ballistic, did it?
Yeah.
Oh,
Mate, I was on the phone.
He's in
They were
Sean
told if they
G's under
spammed bacon,
foolish.
they would be.
foolish.
I'm
Terry?
in Sean
Cash.
G under foolish.
Yeah.
Casual
Got
spaceman.
that? You got that, secretary or somebody?
Oh, it depends. Either me or Alan will get him first.
What's up or what's down?
I'll go and fresh me cuppa up while you're sorting that out.
Yeah, good idea.
God, I was on the phone for 5 minutes and then it all goes to shit. I come back, I see deleted. Find out.
Terry was letting everyone know what it's like to be a flat earther.
Or as Riley would say, it's just a number. It don't mean nothing.
Don't worry, guys, out in the outside chat. I won't do that again in a hurry for you.
Oh,
Right,
Multi
Tom
Tom
Tom.
Tom's back.
Yeah, you can go in for 300 seconds.
Boom.
Yeah, but did he get a message? What was his message?
Oh, fools or something he called us.
I
We
told him
both
next
got
time
him,
he's-
Lobie.
Morons. He called us morons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've both got him.
I told him if he's going to come back and not want to come in and talk, he's going to get timed out straight away. Oh, I better take my headset off before I go. Oh.
Is Druss showing up as offline in bloody Discord or something?
I don't know.
Probably.
I can't even see him in the offline section. So
He just posted in main chat in Sean's.
in the main chat in Sean's.
Yeah. Foolish decisions.
Yeah, that's probably why I didn't see him. It's all right. He'll have a message in a few seconds.
Done it.
Yeah, he's back again. They and them's back again now. This time with Kiwis.
Oh, casual spaceman wants to be timed out.
Oh, jeez.
Terry goes away and I will remember this, people.
Bacon soda. Oh.
It's Carl's toy, and Carl's not here.
Who? Sea Earth?
Yeah. He liked playing with him, used to always time him out.
Oh, can I do it?
If you want.
Everyone wants to have a go.
That's it. Get rid of him.
Now,
See ya.
Terry.
Yeah, Joss, you just have to wait until Terry comes back.
He's just making a coffee.
I beat him. I've already made mine. He's slow. How big is his house?
His kitchen's right next to his computer room.
Oh, so is mine. I've made mine.
Oh, that's what we need to do. We need to get Terry a coffee machine to put on his computer bench.
No.
Get him one of those little pod machines.
No.
You see that?
Terry,
No.
Dross wants to get in.
I did already let him in.
Whoa.
So
So
slow.
behind the times, guys.
What was that?
So
Nana?
slow.
The fourth time I've got
No
time
icon.
out. Oh no, you can't come in without an icon.
Nudie.
Nana said that's the fourth time I've got timed out ever. Or no harsh, whatever you call it, intent. Whatever you call it. Nana.
We do it because we love you. Carl's pushing the envelope.
Casual Spaceman reckons the Earth's a
Alan's
hexagonal
back.
type sphere.
Bloody Alan. Bacon
Alan's
and
back.
eggs.
Bacon and...
You want to come
Bacon
in,
and
Casual
beer.
Spaceman, and
Alan Evans.
Of course you can.
Casual
You
Spaceman.
can let the politician in.
You know where the Discord is.
I need some help because I have got the world's best wind up, and because I think that the chances of people watching the video after the number of hours it's been running to get this absolutely awesome wind up is slim. I think it's worth actually discussing.
Yes, Dross?
So I've come up with a company name that I just think is awesome, and it's called North American Specialized Aerosols. and as a company, they produce specialized aerosol equipment for fitting into planes.
I get it.
Sounds
Chemtrail
good.
specialist.
Yeah.
No. We don't say chemtrail anywhere on our material.
Aerosol specialist.
You're evil.
You mean crop spraying, don't you?
No, I don't. I mean, the whole point is I want them to draw their own conclusions. So I'm not going to make those conclusions for them.
Hey,
Casual.
Dross.
Yeah.
Hang.
I've just got a message out to Sean. Look, Sean, I know you love my arsehole. You're never going to get it. It's not going to happen. Just deal with it. I'm sorry.
Casual in your Discord.
Unless you can produce chemtrails.
We can always be friends, but it's never going to be anything more.
Oh, dun dun dun.
Don't know. Sean's been after my ass for years. I don't know why. But...
Would you make a sound like no?
Probably a sound like. Sorry, I didn't notice. Oh God, I love that.
Oh, shut up! The politician's here.
The Casual Spaceman. I like it.
Irish stew.
Hello, good sir.
Spaceman.
Yeah, the Earth is a hexagonal spheroid. I know, I've seen it.
Prove it. Has it got graffiti on it?
It's the best way to satisfy the flat earthers because you're going to have flat bits, aren't you?
I like that.
That'd be a bit lumpy through space, though, wouldn't it? It wouldn't roll very well.
The only question I've got: are you looking through the world with hexagonal shaped glasses?
Of course, I am.
But you do realise, Casual, they're never going to even meet you halfway.
Look out, Sean's going to come in here and rip you a new one.
Yeah, but I mean, it proves it though, doesn't it?
Hello, Dress.
When they
Sean,
go.
You and Druss shouldn't be in here. You got no avatar. Naughty boys.
How you doing, Dress?
We do have avatars. They're just exactly.
No. Let's get to the topic at hand.
Last week,
you're asshole, right? Right, Dress? Is that what's the topic right now?
Last week I didn't have an avatar and you let me in, but I do now.
I don't even know how to get an avatar on Zoom.
I've just been starting to get strict on it now lately.
Yeah, you have to go into your Zoom account and you can
rip a new arsehole.
Yeah.
But I haven't got Big Blue to do it, so if Big Blue can do it now, anyone can.
Well, I'm not quite sure what you mean by that.
No, that doesn't work. No.
Sorry, but do we have to spell it out for you?
Anyway, I think I've managed to upset Sean, or at least trigger him. So we should let him get rid of his trigger.
Oh, I'm fine. I'm making an avatar.
I know you're fine, Sean. I know you
Making
are.
a special one, Sean.
Yes.
What kind of avatar would he have?
Oh, they and them hasn't got his avatar.
Oh God, behave yourselves, they and them here, quick.
The bacon away.
Yeah, fuck it. I'll make a Zoom account then just to satisfy you bastards.
I refuse to have
The
to
bacon
be
away.
dictated to by a Kiwi.
Why is my Zoom volume going up and down like a yo-yo?
Behave, or he's going to tell you off. Behave. And he will point out your spelling errors.
It wasn't a spelling error. You wanted to fist the female astronaut.
Well, I asked the more important question.
Well, that might be true.
Yeah. No, but casual, I asked the more important question. Does that mean there was a lesbian up there? Because obviously there was some fisting action going on.
Did you say that in a comment somewhere? I didn't see it.
Oh, no, I didn't, because I didn't think it was quite appropriate. But I'll say it here live because Terry will let me get away with it.
See, what gets me, you see, I managed to spell it right in Twitter, and I managed to spell it right elsewhere, but not in the title where it matters the most.
Yeah, where the fisting began. Yeah. But the funny thing was it was mentioned earlier today in someone else's show.
Oh, was it?
And Flat Earther turns around and goes, "Oh, bullshit! It never happened."
Yeah.
What, the fisting?
Not either.
Was that by the pool?
I think
fisting by the pool.
I think it was in the pool, wouldn't it? Because they claim it's the pool all the time, don't they?
In the buoyancy chamber.
Yeah. Fisting in the buoyancy chamber.
Doesn't have quite the same ring as fisting by the pool.
Yeah, well, my negative disequilibrium will take care of that.
Oh dear.
Yeah. The problem is that, being serious for a minute, the problem is that it's absolutely obvious if you know anything about photography and cameras that the images that they are recording of them working on the ISS outside could never have been done in a tank full of water, because there is no diffusion of light anywhere.
No, I've heard that said before, actually. Yeah.
And I'm sorry, but you're going to get, because water is such a viscous fluid, the diffusion is going to be humongous.
Rightio, Alan. I'll explain where you've got it all wrong.
Yeah,
you're using logic. Stop that. You can't use logic.
Damn, sorry, I keep forgetting.
Yeah, show me your sources. Do your research.
Yeah, demonstrate that space is real.
Sorry, guys, I forgot.
Yeah, go on.
I apologize.
Sean G had a good citation today, didn't you, mate?
Second? For
You got a good citation today, didn't you?
Yeah, bacon.
bacon.
From a particular Fed.
Oh man, that was. I knew it was gonna happen. I just had to give him that last time, so I didn't feel utterly bad for just never speaking to him again.
And he proved you correct.
Yes,
This sounds interesting. What was this about then? Come on, explain.
Okay. Have you ever talked to Flat Earth Data before?
Flat Earth who?
Flat Earth Data, Confessions of some of the.
No, I've not spoken to him personally, but I've heard him talk and seen him in chat and all sorts of different places. Yeah.
Oh yeah. So yeah, when he talks, he basically does a rant every time he goes on a panel, I guess. His goal is to not let anyone speak. Yeah. For him to speak the whole time and somehow answer and decide that you have no clue what you're talking about all at the same time. It's crazy.
That sounds like Right the Hand. Actually, he's very much like that.
Similar.
I haven't talked to him. I tried to get him to join my little bunker, and he DM'd me saying, "You're a joke. F off." And I went, "Oh, okay. That's nice to meet you too." And that was the last time I talked to him.
Sean, you're much better off having nothing to do with Right the Hand anyway. So.
Oh yeah. Did you know Right the Hand was on Planner Walk last night? He went. He's supposed to have a debate with Mr. Sensible. He didn't show up. He made all kind of excuses, and then went on to Planner Walk, slagged Mr. Sensible off, and made all excuses again. And then tried to have a debate with Planner Walk, and did his usual stuff. With he makes a load of statements, asks a question. As soon as you start answering it, he just talks all over you. The usual shit.
You can't use that. You can't use this. You can't do that. You've got to do it my way.
You guys didn't. I just actually found out a little while ago. I just put a link in the Zoom chat. That's the link to the channel that I have on my server, where our friend B-Ball has shared some screenshots. Basically, right to hand admitting he was a flat earther.
You mean the ones
wasn't a flat earther.
You mean the ones I was just about to
present?
Show?
That was all on Discord.
Because they were directed to me.
Oh, really?
Present them.
All right.
I'm just finding them. It's
actually it was you and MC Toon, wasn't it, Alan?
You see, the thing is with Right the Hand.
I was basically I got accused of using a bot, but I didn't. I spammed him like I have spammed.
That guy,
Terry,
the other guy.
Flajajah. His name who I wish not to speak. Flat Earth, Ozzie, the Jesus.
Fiji.
Ross.
Fleege. The hairy one.
Wizard of Oz.
Fiji.
Wizard of Oz is his nickname.
The one that talks like this.
Magic Mushy Man.
Scotty Storm's dead.
Yeah.
Oh yes, I've seen this, Terry. I was actually quite shocked you actually saying that, because I've never actually heard you say "fuck off" and "don't come back again." Enough of your shit. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, I said that over and over again, and there's me telling Piggy to leave my spam alone. Now, that first one, I'm a troll, I'm joking, and then I'm kidding, it was all a joke. I wanted to see if I could fake being a flat earther. You guys totally bought.
Yeah, that's what Mr. Sensible put on his video, basically. Thing is with Right the Hand, right? Right the Hand only wants you to say what he wants you to say, and if you don't say it, then he just rants and raves and all the rest of it that you don't get it and you don't understand it and you can't do this and you can't do that.
Sorry.
And all he wants you to do, the thing that he wants you to do is demonstrate that space exists, demonstrate that that water can stay on a spinning ball. And he's not interested in any explanation as to why you can't actually do that while you're on a great big freaking Earth. He's not interested in explanations. He just wants you to demonstrate it, and that's it. And if you don't demonstrate or do or say what he wants you to say, that's it.
Oh yeah, he wants you to demonstrate things orbiting around things while next to this
giant planet.
Other supermassive object.
Yeah, because he's not going to accept, because the only way you can explain that is because of gravity, and he's not going to accept gravity, so he's not going to accept your explanation. So he just won't accept anything you say. So so he'll ask you a load of questions, but he won't accept or won't let you actually even finish your explanation. And that's what he does all the time, and he just shouts over you. He'll ask you questions, you don't, and because you're not saying what he wants you to say, he just talks over you. That's it.
In one live stream, I actually heard him say to somebody whose wife had had an ectopic pregnancy that she should have been allowed to die, because abortion is, because what they had to do to save her is wrong, and there should have been no medical intervention.
Yeah.
Oh, what? So go full term and have them both die?
Correct.
Yeah.
I've got an icon now. Is that okay?
Yes, you're allowed. You're allowed to stay.
Well, this doesn't make no bloody sense at all. I just got a message saying you have an error message. You need to report this. So I clicked on it, and it says there is no unreported problems. Really?
What?
Yeah.
What have you done?
Like, no, as you get a little flag up on your Windows tab down the bottom.
Oh, the stupid ones. Yes.
Yeah, Open Action Center. It says one message. Right, check the solutions to unreported problems. So I've clicked on it.
You do know you can go and turn all of that off, so you don't have to deal with. Okay.
I already had turned it off, so I don't know why it's giving me a message. So I clicked on it. It says, check the solution for unreported problems. View problem to report. So I looked at it, and it's got, there is no unreported problems.
Oh dear.
And,
of course.
And down the bottom it says, check again for solutions for other problems. Do you think it's feeling lonely?
Check the solutions for problems that are not there.
Yeah.
That's essentially what it's saying, yeah.
It's just feeling, that's feeling lonely. I want to do something.
Well, obviously your problem is that there aren't any problems.
Yeah, you need to have a problem for it to be right.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
the one problem I am
that's
having.
Well, that's a
is-
problem in itself, isn't it?
Yeah. One problem I haven't is like I've got skip on my bloody internet. Your volume level is going up and down.
That's not.
That won't
sounds like a
be the
personal
internet
problem.
doing that. That'll be something local to you.
Yeah.
It's unacceptable that Windows has no problems.
You might have to ring tech support and find out why you got no problems.
Yeah.
I've got a lovely phone number for an Indian exchange person that will help you out, but you might have to give your credit card number.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, it only cost me $2,000. Ignore this message. Yeah.
But first they want access to your computer first.
Yes.
I had great fun. I syslocked someone out of their machine when they tried that with me.
I love wasting their time. I don't have the technical know-how to actually damage their computer, so I love playing completely, absolutely dumb. Well, I am dumb, but even more dumb than I usually am, and just play literally down to the point that I don't know which key is where on the keyboard.
Well, you're looking for
I've got a number of Linux distros that I use, and one of them is Zorin OS, which looks quite Windows-esque.
Yeah.
Especially the way I've skinned it.
You evil person.
So I knew he was going to come in, do a Windows R and try and run a syslog command, which obviously would not work. So he was desperately trying to work out what. And while he was doing that, I'd logged onto his machine because you need admin both ways for TVO. And then I locked him out of his machine. Basically, I syslocked his machine and then I logged him out.
You should just done a delete on all of his files.
I could have, but that's just going a bit too far.
No,
You just deleted the MBR.
Yeah, it's not going too far because they're scamming people out of money.
UEFI BIOS doesn't write an MBR anymore. Master boot records are old.
Yeah,
we
but
have
not on
GPT
Windows.
now. No, on Windows 10, Windows 8.1 upwards. There's no master boot record.
No.
Mine still uses it, and I've got Windows 10 Professional.
Yeah, but if you've built your drive that way, then it will use it. But generally, that's because you've got a SATA control that you didn't have full compatibility with. So I suspect you probably upgraded that from a Windows 7 box.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
you can
What was that?
You
What
can
was
still
that?
download loads and loads of viruses. You put a little folder on your desktop that says bank details. So when they'll just grab it and save it on their account, and they'll open it up and just let all the viruses free flowly on their computers.
It's what's called reverse phishing.
Yeah. I've got a couple of
'cause
guys
you
I
can-
watch on there.
Or a honeypot. That's another way of putting it.
Yeah, you can attach an exe to the open folder log.
Exactly. Yeah.
even if you right clicked it to get properties and all that.
Yep. It just launches it straight away. And they wonder why that. What have you done to my computer?
The little sounds I was making was a successful triage done in under 5 seconds.
Oh right, it was kind of yeah.
It's because it was a bit like no disrespect to you, but it was like when flat earthers say, "But water's always level."
Yeah.
Are you?
I'm really gutted. I thought Sean G was going to react to my icon, and I'm totally disappointed. He's probably desperately working on something funny to
Sean,
show
it's
me.
not going to happen.
So what I'm going to do is just before he does that, I will leave.
I'm just waiting for it to actually show up.
You've got to log out and log back in again. So you've got to close the call down. If you leave the call,
you got to
come back
log
in
again to get your avatar. to come
and Terry will fuck with you by not letting you back in.
I haven't figured out how the longest you can last in the padded cell.
Forever.
Yeah.
Or until the call gets dropped.
Oh.
Oh.
Hot sauces.
It's no good. I'm going to have to log out, guys. This is winding me up.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
No,
these are my sources.
This volume.
I was more concerned that's what Sean wants to use on me when he tries to take me.
I'll be back in a minute, Terry.
Yeah, you figure it out.
Let's restart it.
I'm sure occasionally I've seen people drop out the call and then come back in without having to come through the rubber room in Zoom.
What did you do,
It has
Sean?
to do with your settings. I don't know.
You logged in with the wrong account, Sean.
No, I didn't. It's just one.
That link to your
be.
Google or your YouTube account through Chrome?
No, I haven't done all that yet. But I have an account.
Good.
Hang on.
Chrome account?
All right, I'll be right back. I'll try to do it this way.
Oh, these people that can't figure out something so basic as getting an avatar.
Terry, we've been doing it all day, haven't we, mate?
Sure, man, I've got mad love for you, but if you're going to be funny, you kind of can't fuck the tech up. It doesn't work. It's a bit like when you have to explain a joke to someone.
I might not know
never
the
funny.
formula for curvature or all those other technical math stuff, but when it comes to fixing up your avatar to do Google and Discord and Zoom and OBS, except for OBS, we won't talk about that.
Yeah, but Terry, we can tell you what it's not.
Yeah, okay.
It's not 8 inches per mile squared.
What's Sean going to try to
Crickets.
do this
Crickets.
Why doesn't it work?
Well, technically, that's an okay
There it is.
calculation to use as long as you're
No.
not going 1,000 miles.
No.
But it's still a stupid calculation because it's a circle or a sphere, and we're dealing with degrees of arc. So
Sean, we've got plenty of time. If you can duck out and come back when you get it right.
No rush.
We're not in a hurry.
actually, what would be really funny, Terry, is when he does come back in, you just start as soon as he gets back in, just say, everyone, just thank you for listening. It's been a really fun call.
Okay.
I will see all of you. I will see all of you soon.
As soon as he gets it right with his avatar, and I'll let him in.
I'm here.
Sorry.
Rosie wants to know why you stole my picture.
Who stole whose picture?
Well, Rosie thinks Demonic stole my photo.
No,
to
that's
use
my
as his avatar.
That's my freaking photo. Get banned.
Yeah, no, you're missing the joke.
Yeah, I know the joke.
But he's not. Is he in a wheelchair that goes exterminate?
Don't think so.
And you're as wrinkly as Davros too.
I'm as what?
Wrinkly as Davros too.
Oh, thanks.
Can you remember when I dressed up?
Be nice, Rosie.
Yeah.
You're so
I
nice.
actually did dress
Right, that's it. That does it.
What?
That does it.
Are you showing them a picture of when I was dad, bro?
I'm gonna show them the picture now.
I made
just
a
because
perfect dad, bro.
just because I can.
Come on. Mum might have been an alcoholic and like horrible, right? But she did make a fucking good costume, didn't she, Dad?
Yeah.
Like she may have been a complete.
So it wasn't a good costume. It was a fucking good costume.
The language that comes out of that face.
You might have gathered from the way Rosie was speaking, she doesn't exactly like her mother very much.
Well, yes, I know, but I just don't like. Well, I just can't imagine that language coming out of that face.
Such a sweet woman.
That's blowing that image out of the water then.
You know when you realise that anything you say is just not going to be cool, so you just shut the fuck up. That's where I am at the moment.
Oh, that was the best.
Oh, come on! This.
Ever.
Why has?
Oh, everyone's wanting to join in now. Look, we've got to. Here we go.
If anyone disagrees, I'll fight them.
Oh, bugger.
That was back in like 2003, 2004.
No, it would have been
I was in
2000.
first school. I
Yeah.
was in year 3 of first school because it was the last marathon first school float they did.
Are you talking to retards?
Doctor Who thing. I don't know why they did a Doctor Who thing. Why did we do a Doctor Who thing?
I don't know.
Rosie, can I get on with the show?
Hang on. There we go.
Mate, that is the tip. Bye!
Rosie.
Come look at this!
There you go.
Hey, it's not a picture of Alan.
Come here. In Dad's room.
Oh, look, he's got Pip in the background.
That's spitting in your image of Alan.
Yep.
That's me.
I like the fact he's got his toothbrush ready just in case he needs
What
it.
I'm meant to look like. Go to what Dad Boss looks like, Dad.
This always scares me because I'm always going to think I'm going to see people I know.
Back to that man's picture. That man there.
That man there?
Nothing like it.
Yeah, I did. He's a Dalek. He's the leader of the Daleks.
No, he was the creator of the Daleks.
Well, he led them to. Were you born in a barn? Why is the door open then?
Oh.
Eternity Annex, actually, but anyway.
No, go back to the other one now, and that's much nicer.
Well, that one.
Yeah, go back to that one.
No, those flares look like they're from the 70s. To be fair.
That girl was
Actually, this was like 1995.
What?
Sorry, 2005 even.
Yeah, I can tell by the graphics, Alan. I can tell by the graphics, Alan.
What? That was 2005?
5, yeah.
The CGI isn't that good.
No.
Terry, I'm just going to leave and come back in again just so I can replace my avatar because I think I've told Sean enough.
Yeah, that's fine.
Oh, there are the Marine Cadets. And...
Well, they're useless. Is the tide high there?
That's our house.
Yeah, I don't want to go doxing ourselves. Actually, hang on.
We don't live there no
We don't live there no more.
Yeah. You can't dox yourself with the house that you don't live in.
Have you just worked out that the people that live there now, Alan, don't want you there anymore?
Guess who still lives there?
Yeah. Yeah, all right.
Somebody keeps flicking in and out. Oh, there you go. It's Dross. Oh, Dross is back again.
Yeah,
He's got an axe
Dross
now.
the
He
axe.
changed his avatar.
Yep, you're in trouble now, Sean.
Actually, that's about the most expensive thing I own after my motorbike and my house.
Where's Sean dropped out?
A battle axe.
Sean must be going to try to get an avatar.
That's about 1,500 quid's worth of battle axe.
Why is it so expensive?
It's handmade, and it's made out of ridiculously good steel.
Oh, so it's made from carbon.
It's made from it's made from D2 tool steel. It's all handmade, all hand forged.
We didn't do the edges very straight. I'd take it back if I were you.
They're not supposed to be.
Yeah, it's all wonky.
Was he pissed when he made that?
Like if you hold it up to the moonlight, you'll get a shadow like the bat signal.
Yeah, that's the plan.
Deliberate doxing. There we go.
That's your ex-house, is it?
Yeah, that's my ex-house.
It probably still looks like that too.
That yellow line there, is that the police cordon to keep out?
When they found the body.
That's the line to say you can go down that bit of street there at the side.
Oh, I see.
Wait.
Makes more sense now.
Well,
it's forced perspective.
I can see why you moved. Everyone kept driving through your house. Look.
Although it is a very old, although it is an over 10. It's the photo is over 10 years old.
You can see how many attempts they made. Look how far that little meter concrete blocks has moved from the front. Look. Alan put it there to stop people getting in.
Oh dear. Okay, I'm going to go and make some lunch because otherwise I won't.
Are you having a pizza?
No, I'm not having a pizza.
Don't put cheese.
Why
on
not?
it.
Yeah, I've heard pizzas are good.
Especially with cheese.
I actually had pizza for lunch yesterday, so that's not really very good. Well,
I had cheese.
I had a slice of pizza.
I had cheese with my pizza last night.
As long as there's no.
Actually, I had bacon on mine. Funny enough.
That's fine as long as there's no pineapple on it. That's fine.
Yeah, I did order a meat special, but they
gotta have
forgot the meat.
pineapple.
No. My favorite pizza is green pepper, jalapenos, ground meat, ground beef, bacon, or anchovies.
Did you say meat?
No anchovies. No.
Oh, love anchovies.
No,
my
meat.
God.
Wrong.
You gotta
love
have
anchovies.
Gotta have anchovies.
You put anchovies on a pizza and the whole pizza just tastes of fish. You can't taste anything.
Yeah, there's three things you don't put on pizza: pineapple
and anchovies.
olives, and anchovies.
So
I can come up with something else that you don't want on your pizza, and that's my dick.
I'll say this.
Your dick ain't big enough to go on a pizza.
Oh,
very small pizza, maybe. A very, very small one.
Yeah, I could just about stretch across a 9-inch, to be fair, but yeah.
Is that measured by a flurfer?
Yeah, it drops at 8 inches.
That was good. That was really sharp.
Props. That was awesome.
Yeah, that was really
actually
sharp.
I think now definitely is the time to go because it's
Who
not going
said
to get
that?
any better than that.
That would be me, Mr. Politician.
that was sharp. That was really good.
That was.
Yeah, that was very good. But what do you expect from someone we exported as a criminal?
Oh.
Hey, show me your evidence.
He's still learning.
I know. My evidence is where you are.
I live in the one state that was not settled by convicts.
I know that's what they want you to think, but obviously we've rewritten your history.
Spawns of convicts. It's a spawn of convicts.
No, my audio is still going up and down.
I didn't know you had convict Aboriginals.
Okay.
Well, they're all guilty because they went there. It's nothing to do
guilty
with
by association.
We got the better deal.
No. Let's look at this as logic. Yeah, all the criminals are sent to Australia. The Aborigines are in Australia. Ergo, the Aborigines are criminals. What's your problem?
But that means kangaroos are criminals.
Probably are. Yeah.
Well, they got sent there
on.
by the
How many times have you seen a kangaroo punch or kick somebody? They're violent. No wonder they're there.
I've seen someone punch a kangaroo.
You know, you have bears that dance, you have kangaroos that hit people. No wonder they're in fucking Australia. Most of the other shit down there wants to kill you anyway.
I don't
so
think
it proves
Dross
my
has seen a
point.
drop bear,
Thank
has
you.
he?
I know what drop bears are. I've dodged them.
You know, they're just koalas that fall out of trees.
Well, that's what they want you to think. You know, have you ever been bitten by a koala or stung by a platypus?
Who's got that 8-inch drop?
We're all looking forward to seeing Max on.
What was that?
You see, we sent all the
Not
civilized
mine.
people to New Zealand. So that's like all your that's all your white collar criminals. They went to New Zealand. All the sort of rough ones went to Australia.
There's no proof that New Zealand exists because it's quite often not on maps. So you know.
Well,
I
flat
don't
earthers
think it
always
even
leave it
exists on
off.
the AE map.
Yeah,
That's
flat
true.
earthers leave it off all the time.
There you go. See, look. You look who's done to that dog. Look.
Yeah, watch this.
Now he's having a go at the guy.
Yeah, but watch this.
Go on, if you think you're hard enough. Go on, mate. Go on. Go on in.
Bosh. Wow. That was some right.
Whack.
Wallop.
He should have brought his leg up and stabbed him in the chest when he done that. That'd have been a perfect finish.
Have you noticed how the kangaroos actually got a hard on?
Yeah. Is that Sean?
Look, he turned his back on it too.
I don't know. I'm not sure if it's big enough for Sean.
Joking all aside, that dog looks badly wounded, is it?
No, it's wearing a scarf.
It's wearing a scarf.
It's got a bandana around its
okay.
neck.
Oh, right, okay. It looked like it was injured.
They're just big rats, aren't they?
Yep. But they taste better.
Yeah. you know, Ken Ham and Kent Hovind can't explain how the marsupials got here.
No.
There are an awful lot of things that Ken Ham and Kent Hovind can't explain.
I know,
But
how they got there.
apparently,
how they
one
got
of their
there.
theories
is
that they got sent here on volcanic rocks that got exploded out of somewhere, and then they floated the rest of the way.
Yeah, the theory is all the pumice that comes from the volcanoes basically laid conveniently across between Indonesia and Australia. And that's what built the land bridge, and that's why there's no geological evidence for it. I kid you fucking not. The guys, that's a Ken Ham story, not a Ken Hovind story.
I know how they got there.
Fossil
I know how they got
record
there.
across Asia for kangaroos.
How long can Sean
Admiral
wait?
Bird.
Is that Ken Ham, the creationist versus evolution guy that he's always?
Russ, do you want me to let Sean in?
Yeah, of course.
Sure? You sure you don't want me to leave? You don't want me to wait?
Well, if he's got an avatar, you can let him in.
That would mean. That'd be mean.
No,
that hasn't got an avatar.
No.
No, it's still just the last name.
Oh, that's gross. That
See,
one.
they are evil. They are evil. They are. They're just evil.
Yeah, they claw your eyes out, don't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, kangaroos are more likely to try and kick you in the testicles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or in that
Give you
general
diseases.
region.
STDs.
Right.
They do. They do.
Okay.
What is it?
I believe you.
STDs.
You're
I'm
thinking
not-
about the
Chlamydia or
koalas
something.
that have
Koalas with the
chlamydia.
chlamydia.
But I'm not.
Chlamydia.
Yeah,
But
that's
I'm not likely to have sex with a koala or a kangaroo.
That's good. That's good. Very good. I just wanted to make sure.
Okay.
Just be careful though, because even a blowjob can do that.
No. No comment.
What?
Oh, God.
What? A
Oh,
blowjob
fuck, I'm
can
lost.
happen.
Terry,
Does that make
Well-
you president?
Well,
Yes,
giving a
happened.
koala a blowjob is what I meant.
Oh, God.
Yeah, we got to keep it quiet.
Fuck, I've lost it.
Today, mate, you're looking particularly good today. How you doing there, little fella? Well,
have
you're
I come in?
excited, aren't you?
and I'm going to stick my thumb right up its ass.
I forgot about that. He's really pissed off now, mate. Oh God, that's season 3 or 4 of South Park, isn't it?
Yes,
Oh,
it is.
Fuck me.
Actually, one of my favourite episodes of South Park is their Russell Crowe episode.
Oh, fighting around
he
the
goes
world.
to fight cancer. We're going to go fight cancer. Oh, we couldn't find cancer, but we found this cancer patient.
What do you mean all fucking polite for?
Oh God, I was nearly in tears then. Oh God, what kind of stream have I come into? Oh fuck me.
We're just going down
to the
Koala
Ozzie
Way.
Perspective.
This is our usual. You'll get used to it.
Do you know what Steve Irwin's favourite kids program was?
Oh God.
Stingray.
Oh come on, that would have been cheap and easy. Damn it, got to do something else now.
That's an old
one. Well, what was it?
I said, damn, I've got to think of something else now. Yeah, I was going for a cheap shot. I admit it. Anyway, I am now going to go and make myself some food. Sure, people, be kind.
Okay,
No,
we can watch a video then for now.
Yeah, take your wonky hammer with you.
Is that, when you do the video thing, is that like nap time?
Pretty much.
Why?
Well, actually, it's not nap time. It's when they start giving fellatio to koala bears.
I knew it. Someone was up about the Aussies. And Druss said that, not Sean.
No, Trump said grabbed him by the koala.
I can't wait for you to see my avatar. One day.
You got to get me some dirt on Joe Biden.
Oh, dude, it was the letter he sent to the fucking Prime Minister of Turkey that got me. Oh my fucking God! Did anyone actually read that letter?
Oh, about cutting all their
I don't want to do that, but I will fucking do that if you do this. And like, you know, history will remember you as a hero if you don't do it, and history will judge you harshly if you do. I mean, it's like, fucking hell, you're speaking to another leader of state, and it's the type of thing I might have passed in class.
Or telling off your child.
Yeah.
You're damned if you do and you're damned if you don't. But if you do not do what I tell you to do...
Dooby-dooby-dooby-doo.
Mana.
Anyway, there's 21 people watching and there's only 2 thumbs up. People, go thumbs up it.
There's 6 on mine.
Why do you think that is?
I say 6.
Done it.
I'm going to take this thumb and I'm going to thumb it right up.
It's like
You
when people in...
You must have been thinking the same thing as I was typing it.
I'm actually now going to go and find that episode of South Park just so I can watch it.
Okay, well, we'll play a video while you're doing that.
When people in chat go, smash the thumbs up, you can only do it once.
Oh, that's right. I forgot to mention this before. I'm trying to raise some funds. If anyone wants to contribute to my PayPal or whatever it is, I'm doing a GoFundMe to raise some money to buy some subscribers.
There you go, Terry. I just donated in the side. I just donated in the side chat.
Oh, thank you.
Of course.
That's a start. I'll be able to get a few subs for that.
I'm going to do a GoFundMe so I can get some friggin' meat on my pizza next time.
Well, that's a worthwhile cause.
Yeah, definitely.
There. Yeah.
GoFundMe to get meat on a pizza.
Shit, with that amount of money, Davros, I don't think I need to buy subs. I'll just go and retire.
Yeah. What's that? We're counting the number zeros. Is what, 20 billion? Is it? I don't know how many zeros.
No, numbers don't mean anything.
Oh, it's inconsequential. It's only Australian.
Oh, Alan, is that it? $500 after all that? 500 quid? Is that it? After 20 billion and 10,000?
That's still 1,000. That's still 1,000 Aussie bucks, isn't it?
That's 2 pizzas in Britain.
I give him England's GDP, and Alan goes for a pensioner's cut.
That's, 2 billion you gave me, Davros. And I'm worried about.
I have to be a bit. I was going to say I have to be a bit.
And Alan
careful.
scrounges up £500. Oh, what, you're a bit skimp this week, Alan.
Terry,
Come on, I am on a bloody war pensioners. I'm on a war pension disability thing, aren't I? So money's a bit tight.
There you go. There you go. There's my donation.
Yeah, Pip,
pizza
Pip raked up $1 million Australian dollars.
Hey Terry, since Demonic's giving you $2 billion, listen, I need to buy a house. Can I get a loan?
I'm good for it.
I'm good for it.
Yeah, wait till I buy the subs first, and I'll see what I got left.
All right.
Well, Pip's just donated $1 million as well.
Yeah, that'll help.
Yeah, Casual Spaceman's gone for.
Oh,
Spaceman, can you spare it?
What's that? 10 to the negative.
Just about.
Yeah,
-8.
I was going to say, where's the -17 bit?
I thought Pip was going to donate 3.14192. 10 cents.
Carl. Oh, the exchange rate is bad.
Skinflint. Exchange rate is bad.
Oh, what's that? £10 to the -17.
I've donated a
10
Google.
to the -17. Yeah.
I've donated a Google, so there.
Yeah, Google of what?
What? I know, Spuds. An internet search. Anything you like, really.
Oh, the Pornhub.
Pornhub.
Wait, you have to pay. You have to pay for Pornhub now.
Well, not if it's donated.
It's been a while.
Is there any good films on there?
You should search Flat Earth on there.
I think you'd probably find some as well. I think probably.
All right, that's it. That's just like a task.
I was just going to say, because there's shit films on this channel.
Just give me a moment. I'm going to look for it.
Can I play this bit of this video yet while we're still?
You do that, and I'm going to look for flat earthers on Pornhub.
I bet you can find some. I bet you a tenner you'll find a flat Earth video on there.
You'll find Riley on there.
Yeah.
You'll find Riley.
Red will be on there.
And in the meantime,
trying to get his threesome going.
And in the meantime,
find Antonio cigarettes.
And in the meantime, keep those funds coming in on the side chat. All donations will go to the subs. It goes to a good cause.
Would I put down? Would I put down dropity and density, or would I put down flat Earth?
Just put in flat Earth.
If you
orphan blue.
I was going to say, if you put in bouncity and density, you'll get orphan red.
Oh well,
It'd be orphan blue.
I put down flat, and I've got a whole heap of women that don't seem or look to resemble surfboards. So.
I suppose you could do a meme of Riley and his threesome.
Or just type in. You could just type in the Earth is flat. That'll probably bring up something, I'm sure.
Oh, hang on. I got something.
He's getting excited.
Did Sean leave again?
I hope he's going to try to find his avatar.
His avatar. He won't find it on Pornhub.
Round Earth believer gets hemmed by flat earther.
Alice in Wonderland.
What's the stats on it?
Massive being stroked while listening to Flat Earth on Netflix.
There you go.
Oh, behind the curve. And I bet he is behind the curve.
Oh,
hang on. You know what's that? What's that video? That scientist that we normally watch. You know, on V. Is it V?
Vsauce.
Yeah,
Druss was-
Vsauce.
Druss was right.
Vsauce is on here. On Pornhub. I swear to God.
yeah. You honestly, you'll be surprised what you find on Pornhub. Honestly, it's hilarious.
Michael's explanation of Flat Earth's secret video. All right, I'm going to listen to it just for the hell of it. I might be sharing in a minute.
Everyone buggered off to Pornhub.
No, I'm not.
They're looking for that 8-inch drop.
It's actually the video off YouTube.
Nana has said Alice in Wonderland, good movie on Pornhub.
Will you find 15 degrees per hour?
Interesting.
Interesting. Oh my goodness.
The dome.
It's
Enter.
somewhat full of it. It's All right, now I'm gonna try YouPorn. Terry, make sure I don't present.
Yeah. I doubt if you're going to get this monetized anyway. Not these.
Not in a hurry.
Gone quiet now.
Yeah, everyone's watching Pornhub.
I'm not. Yeah, crickets again. Thank you, Alan.
That's a sheer sign of it.
No. No. What was that?
Well,
No.
You're gonna find a herd of cows in the middle of an open.
Hey, what's really funny,
You're gonna find a
right?
herd of dells in the middle of an open live stream, aren't you?
Yeah.
I just got out of the live chat in the YouTube, and two people I see is Vsauce and Orphan Red. The two people we just spoke about in Pornhub. Oh my God.
So YouPorn, just so you know, doesn't believe in flat Earth.
Oh.
There you go.
There's nothing on YouPorn.
Put in go back to the other one and put in Orphan Blue.
Hang on.
Orphan Blue.
Yeah, don't share your screen. Don't trust me. In this.
If I get blue waffles up on my screen, I swear to God.
Yeah, I'll put the I'll block the outside so they can't see anything.
Nah, it's all right, Terry. I'm not going to share it.
Do they put butter on that or margarine? Blue waffles. Oh, that's gross.
Are we watching this video?
Yes, please.
Yes.
One day.
Yeah, Pip's fed up with Pornhub.
Well, she can't see it. That's the problem.
No.
Oh yeah, she's got an Apple iPad, isn't she?
Okay, folks. So what we're going to do today is have a look at these two hypotheses, and that is whether or not the Earth is flat, or whether or not the Earth is a sphere. And I'll try to take a serious look at this. Now, we've got alternative hypothesis that says that the Earth is flat, and if we look at the evidence and then we accept that, we therefore will be rejecting the hypothesis that the Earth is a sphere. Alternatively, if we find from the evidence that our conclusion that the Earth is a sphere, we will reject the alternative hypothesis and accept the null hypothesis. So let's
Who's
start
we?
with the
What was he saying? We.
I don't know. I thought it was him.
Possibilities of looking at two models.
I can only see one person on the screen. So what is he saying? We.
He's doing it in front of a class.
Oh, really?
No, in front of us.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're the class.
Is he referring to me then? Me and you then? Is that what you're saying?
Yes,
Okay.
yes, Mr. Spaceman, it is you. It's a direct video towards you.
So I'm going to accept. I'm not going to accept the globe then. Is that what he's basically saying then? Okay. All right. Okay.
Maybe.
Let's have a look over here. Okay, we've got two models going. Over here, the possibility that there's a...
You're not presenting in YouTube.
You seen what Nana's put? What the
I can
fuck
see
did
it
I
in
look that
YouTube.
up for?
I can see it in YouTube too.
Yeah, I can see it in YouTube too.
Yep.
Okay, ne?
Above that,
Get your act
an
together.
atmosphere. The problem is that this is not contained, and as a result, because our observations show that there's a gradient up here, this we would have to contend with what happens on the sides over here, and how would the sun affect the atmosphere that's over there. So I would reject this one outright, because it's nowhere near conforms to the observation, and it also spoils the notion from the flat Earth model that space even exists. That's number one. It would have to exist in this case.
Wake up.
Also, you would need a force to hold down the
What?
atmosphere.
Hey, what?
So let's cross that one off. That one is other than the flatness of it, is pretty much close to this hypothesis.
He must be a school teacher, because if he's drawing this out for so long to explain it, and the kids are in the class, it must took him all day to do this one presentation.
Well, he is a professor.
So let's look at this one here, which is common and accepted throughout the flat Earth community. Now, there's quite a few people in the flat Earth community who purport not to have a model, which is equally absurd.
No, they don't have any models at all, have they?
Yeah, that's the thing. He said they purport not to have any model at all, which he said is equally as absurd.
What's he a professor of, by the way?
Physics or astrophysics, one of those.
Oh, okay.
So to say that you don't have a model, however, this one is not right, it doesn't work, even though it meets the observations, is nonsensical. Okay, so let's have a look at this. Here we have a dome surrounding, we don't know what that dome is. The flat Earth people will tell you that nobody knows what it is, and there's many different conjectures about what it might be. The idea that it might be some sort of crystal or some sort of glass, or I've even heard that it's some sort of liquid gas, and that came from a very, very tall gentleman in Thailand.
Fuck it! I'm tall.
Very tall man.
Gigantor.
In this
You
particular
mean-
situation,
Hang on, you mean
Hello, Flat Earth researchers, debaters, and debunkers. It's time to do some primary school science.
Go fuck yourself.
just according to Dalton's law and gas laws in general, in this case, with the sun rotating and giving off energy, the surface of the sun is hot, so around 6,000, giving off energy all the time and going around here would cause the gas in this underneath this dome to become homogeneous. In fact, this gas would continue to heat up and become homogeneous. Right? Now, the other issue is has a fixed volume, so that would also increase the pressure underneath this dome. So there would have to be some mechanism for allowing that pressure to dissipate. Nothing of that is even proposed. Okay. So the fact that this would have a fixed dome has problems associated like this. Okay, let's have a look at what the evidence would be expected from this. Okay, so if this was a fixed dome. First
I
of
don't
all,
want any homogeneous gas.
This is what you'd expect, increasingly hot gas and temperatures as a function of time. So the longer that time went on, and remember, if we believe the creation story, there's 6,000 years in here. So at 6,000 years, this sun has managed to go around here underneath this dome, and that would have, in that time, caused a massive increase in temperature. We can actually do the maths on that and work out exactly what, how many calories of energy would have dissipated by then, and how much this gas would have raised. But suffice to say, it would be a significant temperature increase for all the gas under this. Okay, there would be no pressure gradient in here. Okay, all the gas would be homogeneous. If there's any convection currents, there would be convection that you normally expect, where things heat up, rise, come back, just like you'd see convection currents that happen in a pot of water, for instance, on the stove. So that would be a rotating convection.
So we live in a pressure cooker.
Yeah,
pretty much.
Yeah.
I wonder why it's so bloody hot in Australia.
Can I ask a question? Actually, can I ask somebody who might be in the know of this, right? So if you've got an enclosed system, right, you put a heat source in it, okay, and it will just keep heating up inside the container. At what point, what temperature would it get to? There must be something that would actually happen at a given point.
It depends on whether or not it can radiate any, or if it can transfer any of the energy that's being put into the gas to some other medium. So if the dome is
outside of the container, you mean?
Outside of the container. So if the dome and the pizza earth under it is a perfect insulator, there is no limit to how hot and how much pressure you can get to.
So it'll be basically like a runner. It'd be like a runaway thermal
pressure cooker
event.
Yeah,
it just get hotter and
Wouldn't
hotter.
it reach wouldn't you think it'd reach an equilibrium where it wouldn't get any more pressure?
It would go past it till it popped.
And an equilibrium with what, Terry?
I don't know.
And the thing is,
remember, it doesn't matter that the temperature. It doesn't matter what the temperature of the sun is, as long as the sun is pushing energy into the gas.
Yeah.
The gas has no option but to get hotter
and increase pressure, and expand, and continuously
and
expand.
because P equals VT.
Yeah.
Thing go boom.
And the first thing, what's wrong with this theory, is all the heat would be at the top, not at the bottom. Gradually lower. But as we know in our world, it's colder as you go up, not hotter.
Yeah. So is V equals volume? Is that would be right? Volume and temperature. Volume.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
And because they don't believe in space, it can't radiate out into space.
No, exactly.
So
so it depends. If the dome is a perfect insulator, and what's the other side? What's the other side of the dome? If it can transfer heat through the dome to something else, then there will eventually become a point of equilibrium, because the dome will push off as much energy as the sun is pushing into the system.
Yeah,
I've heard it said that the matter that's outside of the dome is from some people is just solid matter. It's just continuous solid matter. That's what I've heard.
Well,
it's supposed to be water.
We're
Apparently.
effectively in
Oh, somebody, a lot believe it's water, but I've heard people say that it's solid matter.
So we'd just be in a bubble.
Yeah, exactly. We're just in a bubble of solid matter, basically. That's what.
Actually,
what I'm trying to say.
a perfect example of how this would work is to get a snow globe and stick it in a microwave and watch what happens to the water.
No, that's not quite.
Well, because the water's inside the dome, isn't it?
Yeah, I suppose
water's the atmosphere.
Yeah, we got water in the dome.
I suppose,
Okay,
that would.
Well, if nothing else, doing that would be fun anyway, watching it explode.
Yeah, and then the missus comes home and goes, "What's all this fucking snow in the microwave?"
Well, put it this way: there'd be one less snow globe to put on Alan's legs.
Yeah, but if you got one of those real ones with the actual glass domes and that, because like they say, it's glass or some form of crystal.
Yeah.
And
Well,
they normally have a ceramic base, so you've got a solid base as well. If it goes pop because of microwaves, well, then that's what would happen.
Exactly.
Unless there's some form of venting.
But the thing is, how they modelled it with the dome over us. We wouldn't have we'd have hot air at the top. We haven't. We've got cold air, freezing cold air.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it debunks their stupid theory straight away. You know, it's just.
So as well, I mean, I've never actually got round asking a Flurf this question as well. Is okay, so we've got this. They got this. Yeah. Well, yeah. Apart from that, no, I've asked that many times.
Oh right. Yeah.
So they say there's water above the dome. Okay, so what's underneath the Earth that we're sitting on? I mean, is it continuous Earth, like solid matter, as I've just been saying, or what is it?
2 elephants.
The water's below.
Oh, so the water's below as well. So we're
If
bubble floating in water.
If they are of the waters above variety, then they will have to be by
definition.
By definition, believers of the waters below.
Yeah, they would have to be, wouldn't they? Yeah,
because that's also a Mahola book.
Yeah, yeah.
We're just in a dome floating around in the fucking sea.
In the water somewhere of unknown water of unknown size.
Why haven't we been eaten by a big shark then?
hang on. Maybe we have.
So what you're saying is we're nothing more than a floater in God's coffee.
And maybe, but maybe we have been swallowed by a shark, and we're actually, Matthew, maybe we are actually inside a shark.
But
we've got to come out sooner or later.
It's God's jelly juice.
Maybe that shark's eating another shark then.
Oh, is that when we had the mud?
Yeah.
Is that when we had the mud floods?
If there's a dome and there's waters above and there's waters below, that does give us somewhere for the energy to go through the dome, and therefore we could reach some sort of equilibrium where the energy coming off from the sun.
Where does the expanded gas go?
Yeah,
it's the same. Well, no, we just have a very high pressure. Of course, the dome's not going to explode because the waters would, I hope, prevent that.
Yeah, but we'd still be pressurized, and we're not.
Now, if the sun's supposed to be inside the dome, I mean, you put your hand in a bucket of water and you swirl it round. What ends up happening is you create a whirlpool in the bucket, don't you? So if the sun's supposed to be rotating around inside the dome, wouldn't it eventually cause the atmosphere inside the dome to create a whirlpool, and the winds would just rotate round and round and round? And it'd be like
permanent storm.
It'd be like a big fucking hurricane all the time.
Yeah.
But more to the point, what's the energy that's keeping it up in the sky inside a dome? What's keeping it there?
And making it travel and move
stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
And doing its concentric circles.
I've heard one explanation for that from Riley. So expect it to be stupid, right? The explanation was that some metals become superconducting, right, when they're cold, and so if the sun's made of some sort of metal, then it's cold above the North Pole, so that sun would be superconducting, and you'd have magnetic levitation. That seriously was his explanation for why the sun.
So I mean, but what? So is the sun? So is the sun above the North Pole? Then is it rotating above the North Pole? Then is that what you're saying?
Yeah, but
it'd have to be.
The obvious flaw in the argument is, if that's the case, then the sun's apparently cold.
God. He doesn't think things through very well, does he?
No, of course not.
I was thinking that the dome could be like a whoopee cushion for the pressure to be released, and then when it comes out,
it's a giant fart. Well, and it gets released around Antarctica.
Yeah. Through fart tubes.
So we're a snow globe floating in chili juice inside of a shark's gut.
So that's where the mud floods come from, when the shark had a shit.
Perhaps the stars are just bioluminescence from all the creatures in the waters outside.
Oh God.
So why does your toilet spin around the opposite way to our toilet then?
Because moonlight's cold.
Well, I don't know about you. I don't know about you, but my toilet doesn't spin at all. What sort of a fucking toilet have you got?
Carney
toilet.
He's just been drinking again, hasn't he?
Yeah. Your toilet spin. Well, it depends how much you've had to drink.
Yeah, exactly.
That's a Coriolis effect.
maybe they call their toilet a basin.
Yeah.
I don't know. I sometimes call it the Great White Telephone to God.
Oh, look, Aaron's in the chat. Or was that a different Aaron?
No, I don't.
No,
it could be
that's
the
Aaron.
same one. That could be Aaron.
Yeah.
He's our equivalent to the bandsaw.
Oh,
Americans equivalent to bandsaw.
Is he? Not America's equivalent to flirt.
No. No, he's not that stupid.
You've already said it once tonight, Ellen. If you say it another 2 times, he's going to turn up.
What? Flat Earth Aussie Jesus? Flat Earth Aussie Jesus?
No!
Oh.
Kick him out. Kick him.
I wasn't quick enough to mute him.
Casual, you there?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Yeah, this guy on the screen, Professor Phil Bell, he was a member of the Indian moon mission too.
Oh, right, okay.
The Chandra 2 mission.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Yeah. What's his name? The real non sequitur brought it up in the chat, and that. So yeah, he was part of the moon mission, the Indian.
Oh, okay. Oh, very good.
Current around here, but pretty much the gas molecules would be homogeneous, and certainly be roughly the same temperature. Okay, the fixed volume is a real problem here. Okay, because it's going to have an increased pressure. So as the temperature increases, the pressure will increase as well. We know that from Boyle's equation. And so if we fix the volume, temperature and pressure are proportional to each other. Now, so again, this has had enough time. 6,000 years with the sun above there creating this additional temperature in a fixed volume would have created a significant amount of pressure. And certainly there would be no gradient pressure. This pressure would be homogeneous through the entire system. Okay, so again, increase in temperature with altitude. So again, you'd expect, if indeed we did have this convection currents running through here, which I think we would, then we would have an increase in temperature as you went up, because the closer you got to this source of energy, the sun, the hotter things would get for you. Okay, that would be undeniable. Okay,
Jose.
altimeters would not work. So because of this homogeneous pressure in there, then altimeters are basically barometers and work off pressure, and because they don't have that, this would be homogeneous. Therefore,
altimeters wouldn't fucking work.
Okay, so the conclusion here is this does not comport with actual observations. So these evidences that are expected do not comport with the actual observations. Okay.
Next.
All right. Let's look at the other one and then and see what we can get from that. So over here.
So we'll have to get into the actual observations as well. It's just going to brush over that for now, I suppose.
Here we have the globe model, which is the null hypothesis. Okay, in this particular model, there is a pressure gradient close to the surface, as you can see depicted here. The gas is much thicker, more molecules, if you like, per cubic meter as you are closer to the Earth, and then as you move away, it gets less and less, and you see depicted up here practically very, very few molecules compared to what they are down here, and compared to the size of the space that's been occupied. Okay, so if we have a look at that, we can see here a great pressure gradient, high concentration of molecules close to the surface, low concentration of molecules.
I think he's a little bit more serious in this video compared to the last one.
I suppose give it credibility, I suppose.
Yeah.
So low concentration of molecules much further away. And this arrangement just keeps going indefinitely. So because of that, there is no requirement for a barrier between the two. So what the molecules that are close to the surface are being held there by gravity, and one would say, well, do we get some of the atmosphere leaking off? Yes, that does happen. Okay, but by and large, the energy that's required to make it leak off is less than the force that gravity is acting on it to keep it to the Earth. And so some people will say, well, gravity is not a force. When gravity is applied to a mass, and gas has a mass, drop a kilogram of carbon dioxide on your foot, and then come back and tell me that it doesn't have mass, I'm afraid you'll find that it does. So gases do have mass. Force will act.
Same as if you dropped a kilogram of feathers on your foot.
He's basically saying drop a hammer on your foot and tell me it didn't hurt.
Yeah.
Because if there was no gravity, it wouldn't hurt.
It will act in concert with mass to create this force, and it's this force that keeps the molecules on the planet. So, basically describing that in this equation, that force is equal to the mass times the gravitational acceleration. Okay, now, what evidence would
I knew there was an equation for something to do with that.
Let me ask you a question. See if you agree with this, right? I mean, it seems to me that it's easier to explain gravity with mathematics as an equation than it does to use mathematics for Einstein's theories of relativity to explain gravity that way. Would you agree? If you understand what I mean. So we can. So it seems to be easier to describe gravity as a force because with mathematics than it is to try and describe Einstein's theory with mathematics. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So
What you're trying to
so therefore it's easier to see it as a force that way than because of the mathematics of it.
Yeah, what you're trying to say is that in the weak field limit or the low velocity limit, basically Einstein's equations boil down to Newton's equations. They say that very, very similar, almost identically the same thing.
Yeah, it's just easier to express Newtonian.
Yeah, much easier.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's what I mean, because I haven't actually seen anybody use mathematics to explain Einstein's theories in his theories of gravity with mathematics. I've never actually seen it. I'm sure he's done it, but it just seems to be a whole lot easier to do it that way, with mathematics and describe it as a force using that equation.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
To say that Newton's equations are simpler than Einstein's is an understatement.
Well, yeah. Exactly. So hence why a lot of people say, well, it's not a force, but we can measure it, or we can call it a force probably because of that very reason, right?
Yeah. Isn't it G equals M1 M2 over R?
That's Newton's equations.
Yeah, that's the simple gravity equation, isn't it?
And that's not the equation. It's F equals G M1 M2 over R.
I nearly got there.
Yeah, you had the right symbols, had some of the right symbols, but not in the right order.
I wouldn't have known either way.
All I know is it's the two masses divided by their distance. And then
so really my question behind that statement really is that is that the reason why we can kind of see it as a force, because it's easier to explain with Newton's Newton's equation? Is that why we're sort of saying that it's just because it's easier that way?
So what you're saying, you're saying in the analogy, like saying to show that you've got two apples, you have to say 1 + 1 apple equals the two apples. That's what you're trying to say in that sense.
Yeah, pretty much. So therefore, that's why we see it as a force. I mean, if you say it like that, then that's kind of like, well, isn't that kind of like a cop out in a lot of ways? I'm not arguing against science. I'm just trying to say, isn't that a bit sort of like, okay, well, we can measure it of a force because it's easier that way. That's pretty much what we're saying, isn't it?
It's not a cop out. It's okay because you look at it from how the flat earthers deny gravity, yet we have a simple equation that proves, or a simple equation that shows it exists.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Fair enough.
Yeah, but in a mathematical formula.
Yeah.
Which is what they always go against with all the math and everything. It's all pseudoscience.
Yeah, because if you look at Einstein's theories, it's not a force because it's a bending of space and time. So
yeah, but he wouldn't.
So it's not really a force. But then people will still refer to to that equation, and it says it's a force. Do you understand what I mean?
Yeah. Newtonian equations are the reason rockets go into space.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I couldn't agree more. I'm not, like I said, I'm not arguing against it. I'm just trying to find different ways that when Flurfers come back with this kind of like, well, Einstein says it's not a force.
Stick to Newtonian.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you come back to that statement. If they tell you that Einstein said it's not a force, you can quite legitimately agree with them and say, yeah, you're right, it's not a force. But that really is irrelevant because according to what you now accept that replaces Newtonian gravity, i.e. Einsteinian relativity, it achieves exactly the same result as if it was a force anyway. So it's still the same thing. It still results in the atmosphere being held to the Earth. It still results in the density gradient. It still results in things falling down.
Yeah, because I guess we've got no other way of measuring it, I guess.
Yeah. Does it refine Newton's equation, or does it work alongside Newton's equation?
It extends them. Yeah. Newton's equations are a weak field, low speed limit to Einstein's equations. So basically, if you have a weak gravitational field or low velocities, then Einstein's equations essentially tend towards the Newtonian equations. They become the Newtonian equations.
Yeah. Newton was the apple falling from the tree. Einstein is the planet revolving around the sun.
Yeah, I appreciate that it was built upon, but really, in essence, really, we can't measure the bending of space and time. So
Well,
this is
yeah,
what
we
we've
actually
got.
can.
Can we? Okay.
Yeah, we certainly can. It's
Okay.
been measured. Have you heard of the Gaia satellite?
Yes.
Yeah, it's quite accurately measuring the positions of billions of stars, and by noting,
right,
by noting those positions as the sun passes in different parts of the sky relative to us, it can actually measure the displacement of those positions according to relativity, and it's been confirmed that the sun does warp space-time in the sky. So the positions of all the stars around the sun do actually change slightly because of the bending of space-time, because of the sun's mass.
Paul, is that wibbly wobbly timey wimey?
Yeah.
Well, sort of.
This is good stuff.
Nothing wrong with wibbly wobbly
Yeah.
timey wimey.
This is good stuff. I'm learning stuff here. Yeah, that's all right. Thank you very much.
That's the whole premise of my shows, is to try to learn, for people to learn stuff. So,
as well as take the mickey and out of everybody. Yeah, I like that. Yeah, that's good. That's a good combination.
And the rest of it's just the general chit chat in between here and there.
Yeah.
Of course, there's only one. Of course, there's only one problem when you have.
Of course.
Wibbly wobbly timey wimey.
Exterminate. but I don't think the flat.
Unless you get. Oh, that's broken, isn't it?
I don't think the flat earthers appreciate just how accurately nowadays we can measure things. It's not like just getting out a ruler and measuring something. We can measure things to an incredible degree of accuracy nowadays with very careful experiments. You know, like we can measure the positions of stars down to about, in the most accurate sense, I think about 7 micro arc seconds, which is incredible accuracy. We can measure angles on Earth here with the I've already mentioned this, the big ring laser gyro at the University of Canterbury in New Zealand. When it's operational, it can measure angles so accurately that it can measure the angle between the two sides of a human hair at a distance of 50 kilometers.
Wow.
Yeah.
Now that's incredible. Not only that, most ring laser gyroscopes can do that, but what sets this ring laser gyroscope apart from most of the other smaller ones is that ring laser gyroscope can do it for hours and hours and hours on end. So it's got incredible accuracy over long periods of time, which makes it a really, really useful instrument for looking at really fine details of the Earth's rotation.
Yeah, Boob Noodle proved it.
Yeah, who's BMF Furballs?
Yeah, we want BMF Furball in.
He's apparently he done the Cavendish experiment. He replaced the large lead ball with a powerful magnet, and it repelled small lead ball.
Gravity, I have a question for you.
Yeah.
If we have a machine that can measure things that precisely,
yep.
Why are we wasting it on measuring stars instead of the thickness of the perfect slice of bacon?
He's got a point.
You do have a point there.
Yeah.
So what is the perfect size for a slice of bacon?
But is it? Yeah, I was say, isn't that a bit subjective though? You know, without getting serious.
It depends how thick you cut your bread, really, doesn't it?
Look at my name. I decide.
I reject your holiness. I don't know what to call you.
Lord. Argue that bacon doesn't prove flat Earth. Come on, or prove globe Earth. Come on, I will have this debate with you now, spaceman, to prove you know nothing.
No, nothing about what?
Anything, because bacon proves globe Earth. Bacon is life. Bacon is truth. Come on.
Okay, I accept it then because you told me. So therefore it must be. So therefore it must be true.
And on the 7th day, the bacon was greasy and the eggs were fried.
The thing is,
and the casual spaceman was not denied.
Right. If we measure days by how many rotations of the Earth, 24 hours and everything, and God created the earth on the third day. Was it the third day he created?
How did you know how long the first and second day were?
Exactly.
Bacon?
Bacon? No, he didn't eat bacon.
Bacon was the first thing that I invented. Holy crap, people. Do you not read what I actually wrote?
Oh, there's a Bible of bacon, is there?
The Bacon Bible.
Yeah,
The
I'm working on
Bacon
it.
Bible.
You're working on it.
It's written on bacon.
The problem is it's been translated so many times that now it makes some religious garbage.
Yeah,
What,
like
bacon?
Canadian bacon.
What, they got Canadian bacon wrong?
But as with all gods,
There
we
is
need
no
proof.
such thing as Canadian bacon.
Canadian
ham.
bacon is not bacon.
It's ham.
ham.
Yeah.
Ham, exactly. Yeah.
And
I
as
agree with that.
And as with any god, we need proof of your existence.
I'm talking to a multitude of you right now. Holy shit,
Prove
Harry,
it.
what do you need?
Who said that?
Prove you're alive.
Oh, not this one again.
Falsify your existence.
I don't have to. I am outside of time and space. Bacon is eternal.
Yeah, but is it inside the globe or outside?
Bacon is everywhere. Bacon is life.
I knew he was going to say bacon was everywhere. Yeah.
Where? Yeah. Yeah, they all pulled that one, didn't they?
Bacon.
I have to give that to Aaron.
Pulled pork is an acceptable form of bacon substitute.
Yeah, but can you have an intimate relationship with bacon and propagate?
Oh, look, Aaron's a glober. Pigs are round, therefore Earth is round.
He nicked my line. I said that earlier.
What are the 10 commandments of bacon?
Bacon is bacon.
There is what 10 commandments? Whose stupid idea was that?
Thou shalt not covet another man's bacon. Thou shalt not burn the bacon.
Thou shalt not praise any other bacon apart from mine.
Thou shalt not covet thy neighbour's bacon.
Yeah, got that one.
Thou shalt not have graven images of my bacon.
Thou shall not call ham bacon.
And you shall not have any other bacon gods before me, especially Canadian bacon.
This is getting stupid now. Come on.
Honour thy bacon and thy eggs.
Doesn't it make more sense than flat Earth?
Yes. Well, actually, yeah, it does actually. Yes.
Those that claim Canada has bacon shall live the entirety of the rest of their life in hell.
Did you just say Canada?
Canada, yeah.
Canada.
Yeah.
They already do. They call ham bacon.
We should have a campaign against that. Send them all to Iceland.
What did Iceland do to deserve that?
It's the land of fire and ice.
I'll be right back. I'll be right back, gents. I just need to make a cup of tea.
Was Iceland the place
and a bacon sandwich?
Was Iceland the place that Trump wanted to buy?
No, it was Greenland.
Oh, that's Greenland.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he
Greenland.
wanted the oil.
Yeah.
And they said, "Feck you."
Well, he'll just
What
price them out of the
evidence would we
market.
expect to see because of this?
Oh, thanks for telling us you were going to play there, Terry.
Oh, get over it.
I suppose he's going to try to make the globe real, is he? Yeah.
Yeah.
Globe.
Proceed.
Yeah, globe.
Yeah. Where is Shields when you need him?
Yeah, I know. I haven't seen him today. Only once.
We would expect to see that
Shields.
as you get up higher and higher in altitude, you'd have less and less gas. So you'd find it a struggle to breathe if you were, say, at the top of the mountain. Now, does that comport with the observation? It certainly does. If you climb a high mountain like Everest, you'll definitely have to take breathing apparatus with you. Okay, people die up there because they don't have sufficient air to breathe. Okay, so pressure decrease with altitude. So as you go higher and higher in altitude, the pressure gets less and less, and this is expected because the molecules get less and less. So there's fewer and fewer molecules bashing into each other, fewer and fewer molecules creating mass. The pressure will definitely increase as you go up, and it does. This is a measured fact. Okay, the pressure decreases as you rise. Okay, so as you go from the bottom of the mountain to the top of the mountain, not only does it make it impossible to breathe because there's not enough gas, but the pressure also decreases. We know the pressure decreases too because if you wanted to boil water, for instance, at the surface of the earth, you'd have to boil water. It would be boiling at around about 100 degrees C, 200 and 373 degrees Kelvin, and then as you go up towards the top of Mount Everest, that it would boil at 70 degrees C. Okay, so that's considerably less. So because it's boiling at much less temperature, that proves that the pressure is much less. Okay. Temperature will decrease with altitude. That comports with observations as well, and it's a fact because there are less molecules up there. There are less molecules to heat up, less molecules expressing the energy that's up there. So for that reason, the temperature decreases. So temperature relies on the fact that there are things to heat up, such as some sort of mass to heat up, and because there isn't enough of them around, therefore...
That's why it's cold in space then, the same principle.
Yeah.
Nothing to heat up.
There's less energy to transfer, well, less mass to transfer the energy.
Also, I like his reasoning there. Because.
If
we
it's
expect
cold,
to see this because that's what happens. It's because.
Yet it's cold in space, but the sun can radiate heat or something. That's what I'm trying to work out. How do you wrap your head around that?
As far as I know, it's actually the cosmic rays that do the damage out in space.
Yeah.
And they are what, when they hit an object in space, that's what causes it to heat up.
Yeah.
So matter, you mean, like in any?
Yeah.
Could be the space, could be the ISS itself, or a person, or Then that item will heat up. Yeah.
Yeah, that's why they have a gold lens on their helmet.
Yeah.
Also, because the sun's really fucking bright out in space.
Yes. That too.
Yeah, a pair of Oakleys ain't gonna do you any good up there.
No.
Okay.
Therefore, there isn't enough energy, and therefore it gets colder and colder the higher up you go. People will say, well, what happens in the thermosphere? Okay, well, again, the amount of temperature, there isn't a blanket amount of temperature around. You can't say, well, I'll go from here to there and then all of a sudden it's going to be hot. It's nothing like that. Hot relates to particular items that are in that vicinity. Okay, everything else around it is cold, and I mean really cold. So approaching absolute zero. So we talk approaching 0 K, right, which is minus 273 C. So things that are approaching that temperature, absolute zero, in areas where there is no energy or very little energy. So when items are there and they're exposed to the high energy, then they become hot, sure. Okay, what else have we got here? We got low concentration of gases, okay, at high altitude. So I think we've gone over that. So again, this low concentration of at high altitude. Well, aeroplanes can't fly beyond a certain altitude because there just isn't enough air for them to be able to fly through. Aeroplanes need to be able to have an amount of air that passes over the top of the wing and a number of air that passes below the wing, creating this pressure difference which gives the aeroplane lift. And
you got that half
two
right.
issues the aeroplane with that. Number one, it doesn't carry around sufficient of its own oxygen like a rocket does to be able to not need oxygen from the air that's around it. So if it's too high, there's not enough of it to sustain combustion, and again, if it's too high, there's not enough of it to maintain lift. So the aerofoils don't work. Okay. Now, in a nutshell, again, this is quite brief. We could probably take both models to much greater extremes, but this is going to be a short video. So again, all of these evidences comport with the observation, all of them. Okay. So now let's draw some conclusions from the evidence that we have on this board here. So based on that, does not comport with observations that these evidences that would have to be available if this model was right. These things here, no gradient, for instance. Okay, if we had this dome, all of those things would.
I think he's just going to summarise what he's already said. So.
And
yeah, that'll do.
Does not.
Yeah, just ram it down their throats a little bit more. Just to clarify, you're wrong.
I wanted to correct him on the aeroplane thing because he was sort of spitting it out, and he got it half right.
Well, no, the air has to pass both over the wing and under the wing to create the lift.
Yeah, but it's the air it passes over the wing that creates the low pressure below the wing, which creates lift.
Yeah, no, but you still need the low pressure above the wing, Terry. Not below.
But you still need air to create that pressure differential between the bottom and the top of the wing.
And you need enough air. You need enough air molecules to create either, really, don't you?
Yeah.
Think about it.
Yeah.
If you go too high, you can't do it, and the plane will just drop.
And you need oxygen to supply to the.
And the engines rely on oxygen. Yeah.
That's why the SR-71 used a ramjet after it got to a certain altitude.
And they were quick. Whoosh.
Whoosh.
They still hold the record for the flight from USA to England.
Yeah, 3,500 kilometers an hour.
Wow.
What we know of.
Okay. A plane with people in it going any faster than that in the atmosphere would probably melt.
Well, they did. And as they come back down again, they all assembled again.
It's flat. It melted and then reassembled again when it got down to Earth.
They actually constructed it of titanium, didn't they?
Have you heard? Oh God, what's his name there? Why You're an Idiot? Have you heard him talking about the ISS?
No.
You haven't, right? Okay. Well, according to him, the ISS does exist. Okay, but it's actually flying in the atmosphere. Yeah, and apparently it comes down every so often so they can refuel. It lands apparently somewhere. No, seriously, go and ask him. That's what he said on Planet Walk's stream twice on 2 different occasions. So we questioned him as to the aerodynamics of the ISS.
That'd
start
be
with.
one.
No, that'd be one. Oh no, apparently the solar panels that we see are actually giant wings. Apparently.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Right.
Then we questioned him as where it lands. Doesn't know.
Do they flap as
how?
well?
And then apparently. Well, I don't know. He didn't say that. But then we questioned as well. Where does it land? Doesn't know. Question: how does it land? Doesn't know.
It's secret.
Yeah, it's a secret apparently. But there's people
what
on
fuel
it.
Does it use?
Yeah, well, I think that was one of the questions. Didn't know.
It uses compressed air.
What's it? Yeah, that was the question I was going to get to.
What does it need to refuel on air?
What was the propulsion that's keeping it there? Doesn't know. And he says, "Oh, it could very well be balloons that are holding it up." Was the other one as well?
So why the fuck do they waste their money on using rockets to send astronauts up to it?
Yeah,
if they could use balloons.
Yeah. I mean, if you go back far enough in Planet Walks, probably about 2 months ago, and look up one of his streams, you'll hear him talking about it.
No, I'll avoid that one. I'll wait till
Actually,
where's
isn't
Wally
it-
put it up.
Isn't it Dan the Waterman that thinks the big orange tank on the space shuttle was filled with helium?
Now that was Jeremy.
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, it's a big giant helium balloon with fire coming out the bottom of it. That's what goes up. Yeah.
I thought helium was inert.
Well, yeah, exactly.
Well, but that doesn't stop him saying something stupid, does it?
Well, no, but that's if he ever says that and I'm in the forum, I should point it out to him. You can't light helium, mate. It's inert.
Yeah, it's because they think the Hindenburg was a helium balloon.
Not hydrogen, then.
Exactly. That's where they make the problems.
Yeah, all kinds of problems.
So the Germans had incombustible helium. Wow.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, because the Hindenburg was the basis for the orange tank for the space shuttle launching system.
And look how slow it went.
Interesting fact about the Hindenburg, though, it was actually designed to work on helium. But it was actually designed to work on helium, but they couldn't actually get enough of it.
No, America wouldn't sell it to them.
That's right. So then they turn around and go, "Oh, well, we'll just fill it full of hydrogen." She'll be right.
Yeah, what could go wrong? What could go wrong?
Zap.
We asked Riley, and he said it'd be okay.
They probably
He had
didn't
a
read
white
the little
coat on.
disclaimer at the bottom of the bottle. Please keep away from naked flame.
Yeah, it's a bit like that. It's a bit like your fuel cap when you pull it off, and it says either diesel or unleaded. Yeah, it said helium, and they're like, fuck it, she'll be right.
You know, Riley's got a warning label on it. It says may contain nuts.
Yeah, and also as well, do you know Red's Rhetoric managed to get a track of the ISS against the moon? Sorry, yeah, it was against the moon, wasn't it? I don't know if you know that, but apparently that's a shadow, not a silhouette.
Oh,
okay.
Right.
Okay.
That's another one.
Difference.
Yeah, he didn't seem to understand the difference between a shadow and a silhouette. Couldn't really explain that.
But it's also actually a physical object.
And yeah, exactly. So somebody says, well, then you can't. He was quite adamant that you could cast a shadow on a light source. Quite
I'd
adamant.
like to see him
Because
try.
yeah, exactly. Because apparently we all know that the moon is an illuminary.
So
although he thought then he thought, well, then I think it's actually a hologram illuminary.
So hang on,
okay,
just for a moment. So if it was a silhouette, let's play that game for a moment. I find this interesting.
Yeah.
That means the International Space Station actually went behind the moon.
Exactly.
Because that means and the light was coming from behind the moon. And it was being projected onto a sheet.
Yeah, exactly. You're beginning to see the problem here.
It's flat Earth logic.
I'm going to go find a brick wall. I'll be back in a sec.
Suffice to say, he didn't see the problem with that.
Pink Floyd's already debunked that.
Yeah, Dark Side of the Moon. Yeah,
exactly. And he says right at the end of the song,
there is no dark side of the
dark
moon.
Side.
Matter of fact, it's all dark.
Or dark, exactly. Yeah. So, see, they even knew.
Yeah, a bunch of druggies could debunk the moon.
Exactly. Well, debunk flurfers.
Well, debunk the luminary.
Yeah, luminary. Which you can cast a shadow on.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
and they can't explain shadows in the craters.
I can't explain that either. No.
They can't explain the craters.
I don't know if it's young Tahuti or one of them idiots, what's normally in your forum, says the craters are only like a few inches deep.
I bet some are.
They probably are, but you can clearly see a lot of them aren't.
Not with.
Hello, Alan.
Sorry. I'm going to drop for a bit, guys, because the pain's a little bit bad today. So
That's all right, Geezer.
I shall be back.
Alan.
I might be back later if you're still around.
Do you want me to set up an after show after Jose, just in case you come back?
If you can have me a room there, that would be really great. Thank you.
Okay then.
Got to take some painkillers, Alan. Relax.
Yeah.
Have a kip, mate.
There aren't any painkillers for the shit that ails me. So
go have a lay down, mate.
Relax for a bit.
What you need is some magic brownies.
Let's just say the 240 milligrams a day of morphine I used to do wasn't doing anything for it either.
Oh,
that sucks.
So,
CBD.
But you know,
what about
that's
a bottle
life. You deal with it.
What about a bottle of whiskey?
Yeah, that has similar effects to the. That eventually has similar effects to the morphine. It leaves you a gibbering fucking wreck, incapable of anything.
Yeah, but at least the whiskey is like if you drink enough of it, you don't give a shit anyway. You know, so
yeah, and it tastes nicer.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, well,
and you get to sleep for a long time.
Of course, the problem with taking opiates for a very long time is it makes alcohol taste freaking disgusting.
Yeah. Well, you can always buy non-alcoholic whiskey.
What would be the
Doesn't mean
point in
it's going to
that?
taste any better.
What would be the point?
That comes straight from the tap, doesn't it? I think I've got that coming out of the kitchen sink tap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you wish.
Put a bit of Dr. Pepper's in it, and it looks like whiskey then.
Yeah, non-alcoholic whiskey. Yeah, it's tap water.
Yeah.
You might as well be, yeah. You tell that to a Scotsman, yeah. Here's some non-alcoholic whiskey.
Bosh.
Bosh, exactly, yeah.
Yeah,
What's know what you're on about?
My problem is that I like Lagavulin and I like the other Islay malts the best. And
Lafroig.
Lagavulin and Lafroig are up there, you know. And
what about Isla Jura?
Oh yeah, the Jura's nice as well. But it's all got one problem, isn't it? It's all fucking expensive.
Is that only single malts you drink, or do you like blended whiskies as well?
Oh, you just swore, mate.
What, blended whiskey?
That's as bad as being a flat earther, mate. Don't you
blended whiskey? What's that? Beer and cider?
No, it's water with Pepsi in it.
I like Jameson's. That's a blended whiskey. That's nice. It's an Irish whiskey.
You're disgusting. It's like Canadian bacon.
Oh no, I wouldn't go that far.
It's like straight up Glenfiddich. That's just about fit for cooking.
Yeah.
You put it in your cooking.
Say, well, you know, where a recipe requires that. Yeah.
I'm more of a
rum for cooking.
I'm more of a rum drinker myself. I like rum.
I was always told if you're going to pour wine in your spaghetti bolognese sauce, make sure it's a good wine, because if you put cheap shit in it, it's going to taste like cheap shit.
That's very true. Actually, that's very true.
Yeah.
Also, when you're making a bolognese, you're supposed to have a glass of wine with the cooking.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
But you ask any self-respecting Italian, or at least most Italians, if you put wine in your bolognase, they will crucify you.
Backtrack. I've never met a self-respecting Italian.
Fair enough.
Anyway, later, guys.
Okay, fair point. Yeah. Fair point on that one.
Yeah.
It was merely a figure of speech, really, rather than a definite statement.
Well, it's like saying Jameson's is good tasting. Yeah.
Jameson's is an easy one to drink. That's the only reason people like it. It's because it's not rough.
Yeah, probably.
And it's weak.
Well, it gets me pissed. I don't care.
Vodka does as well.
Yeah, that's true, and that's horrible.
Especially in mugfuls.
Yeah, but the good thing about vodka is you could buy a $20 bottle or a $50 bottle, and it still gets you the same piss.
Yeah,
it still tastes the same.
True. Yeah, it still tastes the same. You're absolutely right.
So
Can anybody has anybody actually tasted this modern drink they drink? Was it vodka and Red Bull? Has anybody tasted that?
Yes.
It's fucking medicine. It's disgusting.
Yeah.
Oh,
it is.
it's foul.
No, the best thing to have is Jägermeister and Red Bull.
That's I've tasted that. That's even worse.
Worse, yeah. But when you're pissed, it don't matter, does it?
No, you're all wrong. You start on Guinness, you have 5 pints, and then you go to double vodka and Red Bulls for the rest of the night, and you have no hangovers, and you're fine the next day.
You have no hangovers.
They them. I bet you drink Buckfast as well, don't you? But
Hell no.
The reason why Irish don't get hangovers is they continue to drink. They don't stop.
It's also because when you drink Guinness, you don't have to eat anything because it's a fucking meal.
I would dispute that because I have had hangovers where I've been bringing up bile juice because there's been nothing left to bring up.
Oh yeah, we've all been there, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't remind me.
Yeah, I've been there on tequila.
Tequila. Jose Cuervo. Gold. Don't touch the white shit. That's fire water. Really?
Yeah.
Is that play school?
I wish it was.
Have you noticed that they and them only chirps up when you talk about bacon or alcohol? Bacon and alcohol, that's the only two things he's going to talk about.
Say bacon 3 times.
I do something that the rest of you have yet to get the self-control to do. I speak about bullshit I know, nothing else.
Yeah, rather than unknown bullshit. Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
You're very well educated in that.
You're very well educated in bullshit, yeah.
And he lives next door to the Guinness factory.
No, unfortunately not.
Because
I'm not Irish.
I used to take the spent stuff from Guinness in London.
But he's from Northern Ireland, living in England, and I'm from England, living in Northern Ireland. You know, it's a bit, you know.
Oh right, you traded places.
Yeah, we traded. Yeah, it was like a prisoner exchange. Somebody said that the other day.
Did you swap?
Yeah, and then there's Pip.
And then there's Pip.
What about Pip?
Just saying. There's Pip.
They and them, you do live in England, don't you now? I think, don't you? Am I right?
Yeah, just north of London.
No, that's it. Yeah.
That's not England.
That's north of London.
No, that's Essex.
What is it? What is it? If it's not, no, north of London's not Essex.
Yes,
isn't
it is.
Yes. Oh yeah, you're right. Sorry, I'm getting my geography wrong.
Idiot! You've been on that Jameson's again, haven't you?
Sounds barely over the yard arm. No, thank you.
God blimey, mate.
God blimey, governor.
Yeah. Governor. Yeah. I'd tell a joke about Essex Girl, but most of the panel wouldn't understand it.
I think I probably would.
Yeah. Do you know what an Essex Girl's favourite wine is?
Go on then.
Oh, why can't we go to West Thurrock?
No, I get that one.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
Yeah. Just don't tell it in Essex.
I lived not a million miles away from Essex, so I saw enough Essex girls to actually understand. I lived in near Dartford in Kent, which is not a million miles away.
Mate.
Yeah, near Dartford, just near Dartford,
Just on the Dartford.
Just on the A2, innit, mate?
I know where you come from, mate. Yeah, I know what you mean. I know what you mean. Hey, nudge, nudge, wink, wink, say no more. Hey, nudge, good as wink. Hey, hey, there she goes. No, mate. There she goes.
Hey, pass another buck there, mate. Hey, you know what I mean?
All right, mate. All right.
Well,
So
actually,
be friendly,
I've got to tell a lie. It wasn't actually Dartford, but that's the nearest place that most people know about. It was actually, but no, it's just down the road from
wink, wink, nudge,
Bexley.
nudge.
Bexley.
Yeah.
You know where Bexley is?
Yeah, I know where Bexley.
Yeah, well, literally, I used to work in a hotel and live there actually because I was living accommodation. It was called originally it was called the Black Prince. Just
No,
off
it's
the
called
A2.
prison, mate.
Prison, yeah. Yeah, it might as well have been, yeah.
Yeah. I've known mates that worked in the catering industry in hotels, and that's diabolical.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's changed, but
it was nearly 20 years ago, so I don't know. I'm not sure. Probably hasn't.
No,
probably
it's
got
probably
worse
the
more
same.
than anything else.
Yeah.
But I tell you what, though, I mean, it was the best social life I ever had. I don't remember much in my 20s.
Oh, right, that was a
If you
good
catch
time.
your drift.
Then.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Worked hard and played hard.
If you remembered it, you weren't doing it right.
Yeah, I mean, it's cheap accommodation. They took a small amount out of your pay to live in, and you really didn't have any other bills apart from your phone bill. That was it. So the rest, you just pissed up against a wall. That was
and
it.
if you knew a lot of Essex girls, that was an expensive phone.
yeah, exactly. Anyway, that's enough about Essex girls.
Yeah, come outside. There's a lovely moon up there. You probably don't remember that song.
No, I'm obviously not as old as you.
That's from the 70s. He used to do nursery rhymes, take the piss out of them.
Oh, right.
Oh, I can't remember his name. Anyways, yeah, don't worry about it. Hey, Logical.
Yeah, Troggy's in the outside chat.
Yeah.
I keep begging him to come on, but some reason.
Oh, he probably hasn't downloaded Zoom yet.
Oh, that'd be probably what it is. It's always some excuse for some people.
Because obviously too busy in Cave Town at the moment.
Beer before grass. When you're on your ass, grass before beer.
You're in the clear.
Jumped up. Yeah. Yeah, you got to hold on to the grass. Otherwise, you might fall off. Yeah.
Yeah, the cats will push you off the edge.
Yep. See, that's definite proof that we're not on a flat plane.
Yeah, the cats would have pushed everything off by now.
Exactly.
Yeah, but that argument of the dome and how the fuck we haven't died from the pressure increase.
Oh, Troggy said he did download Zoom. Yeah, I remembered something.
He's getting on in years, to be fair. So
he just can't remember where he's downloaded it.
Yeah.
Yeah, he doesn't know whether it was on the cave painting or if it was in the fire pit.
No. He tried to plug his tablet in, but the cord wouldn't fit.
Yeah.
I'll convert everyone over to Zoom sooner or later. We're getting there. Not many left now.
Yeah.
Well, Zoom's a bit expensive, though, isn't it? Really, compared to Meets.
It's free.
Yeah, this is not free. Not Zoom.
It's
I was saying no. The free according to Zoom's website, if you get the free version, you're restricted to half an hour in any one particular meet.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh,
yeah.
So how do you buy it then?
You buy. There's different levels. See, the next level up. I don't know how much. I can't remember how much it costs.
We can have 100 people in this call.
Then you get something like about eight hours or something, and then it goes to, and then you get the unlimited, which is even more. So it's not cheap. I don't think.
I paid $219 for 12 months. That's Zoom Pro.
Australian.
So they're gonna log me off.
More than I can afford.
Why would they log you off?
Because you said you got to pay for it.
No.
Only one person in the meet needs to pay for it.
Oh, thank fuck for that. You had me worried then.
No, we're taking money straight off your credit card right now.
We're still taking money anyway. I've got to buy these subs.
That's why Terry doesn't need to get monetized, because all the money comes straight off your credit card.
I haven't got a credit card, so best of luck with that one.
Yeah, we're skimming the one that you don't know about.
Can I ask you Aussie's what wagger means? What does wagger mean?
You mean wagger?
Well, if you know what Fyodor Dostoevsky said, I'm waiting for the Scotty storm outside the Struggle Street SBS. Last night was wagger. What does that mean?
No, that's Wagga.
What does that mean?
Well, Wagga's the name of the town that's actually got two names. They said it twice.
Wagga.
That's Wagga Wagga.
The place was so nice they named it twice.
That's it.
Why is it pronounced Wagga when it's got an A in it?
I don't know.
Wagga's, he just said, Wagga's a city, and Bogan is a chav. Oh, okay.
Bogan.
Is it Bogan? 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 I don't know.
Yeah, Bogan.
Bogan.
Bogan, okay.
You say Gamtree rather than Gumtree, don't you?
No,
Or
we
is
say
that-
Gumtree.
Gumtree.
Oh, because there's a guy I watch. He's he's sort of a techie guy. He goes around buying cheap computers and put them up. He always pronounces it Gamtree.
Yeah.
Where have
I
you
don't know
met
if he was
this
taking
idiot?
the piss.
He's
Huh?
taking the piss. He really is.
Yeah, he's just taking the piss. Is it? Oh, all right. I'm with
No,
it.
no name says what's a chav. I don't know whether he's being honest. And a chav is, I don't know. How could you describe a chav?
A bogan.
Chav, he
A
wears-
bogan.
Yeah.
Chav is a bogan. A
Yeah.
bogan.
A chav is like
Yes, man,
someone
just
from
turn on your
Essex.
camera.
Where's it? Has
If you're
a
in the
mullet?
States, it would be redneck or trailer trash kind of idea.
Yeah, trailer trash dresses kind of like in cheap clothes, cheap jewelry,
Yeah.
cheap everything.
Okay,
and
ripped jeans,
and talks
flannel
cheap,
shirt,
acts
and a
cheap.
mullet.
Yeah, well,
mullet, it's a
that'd be
hairdo.
that'd be an Australian chav, but a British chav is something entirely different.
No, it's exactly the same, mate.
Yeah,
Fucking
Britain, I don't know.
Just
no,
likes,
clothes.
just likes Burberry and white trainers.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, a
Burberry.
British.
Chelsea.
Right, I'll give you an example. A British chav female would probably wear tracky bottoms and a tracky top, but then she would wear
Exactly.
great big huge earrings.
You just know that show, Mrs. Bouquet.
And way too much makeup, and just talk cheap and swear a lot.
Can I
That's
ask
what
an
a
important
bogan missus looks like.
Can I ask an important question? I need to
Yep.
know if she's got moccasins on.
Probably.
Is she wearing if
Clippers.
she's wearing moccasins, she's
Fluffy
exactly the
clippers.
same as a bogan then.
Yeah.
Not in the UK.
No, in the UK. I mean, white trainers.
What's that?
Adidas, probably.
What's that show called with Mrs. Bouquet or whatever her name is in it?
Yeah, bucket.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
Keeping up appearances.
Keeping up appearances.
You know the
Yeah.
guy.
Yeah.
You know the guy that sits in front of his telly with the singlet top on.
Yeah, that's a chav.
That's sort of in the realms of bogan.
Yeah, bogan, yeah.
They put
And a
flannel
male-
shirt
and a male-
over the top.
And a male British chav would probably wear jogging bottoms as well, Nike trainers. He would wear a hoodie and he'd have the
Yeah.
hoodie up, but he'll wear a great big chain necklace and it'll be outside of the hoodie. And he'll have rings on every finger and probably have love and hate tattooed on his knuckle.
Training Benson and Hedges.
Yeah,
And a
And-
Burberry,
that's right.
and a Burberry hat.
Yeah,
And he
that's right.
regularly
Yeah.
does 2 years in prison.
Whereas ours would have a blue singlet on or a flannelette shirt that's unbuttoned
And then-
or buttoned in the wrong holes.
Then you ask if you ask a British chav how you doing, he'd say something like, "Yeah, safe," something like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
safe, mate. Safe, mate. If you talk to me again, I'm going to.
That Scottish one in Scotland, they're called Neds.
Oh, that's right,
Ned.
Neds.
Yeah,
That's
the
it.
Neds.
Yeah, I think Scottish chavs are very similar to the English chavs. I think.
Oh yeah,
probably.
yeah.
If someone who looked like that walked up to me and said, "How you doing?" I'd say, "Fuck off, wanker."
That's how they normally apply.
Oh,
it,
so
yeah.
you're an Aussie. So you're an Aussie chav then? Is that would that be right?
No, I just don't put up with people who dress like fucking idiots.
Bogan.
Oh yeah.
There you go.
But this guy here is a typical bogan. If I can get the video.
mullet.
Oh right, yeah.
There's actually a
Oh,
video.
he's the one in that one in the video. He's the one that saved his next door neighbour's business or something, didn't he? If I remember rightly.
I can find the TV interview.
Yeah, it was just down a little bit further.
Down at the bottom. Down at the bottom.
There.
At the bottom.
Australian.
Local hero.
No, down.
Local hero,
Oh,
that.
Next
yeah,
one.
that one there. There you go. That's the one. That's it. Yeah, I've seen this.
Really
It's
quite funny. I was in bed sleeping at 2 o'clock this morning. My wife comes in and says, "Oh, the shop's been someone ran into the shop." And I said, "Oh, what?" So I jumped out of bed and all I had
what?
was my undies on.
What? What?
Me undies.
Me undies.
It was quite funny, mate.
Well, that's another thing. No teeth.
And I started
Yeah, no
chasing
teeth.
him up the road, and then he went down a
So he's
side
got the
street,
chain
and the
on.
police were coming, and I flashed them and sent them off in the direction of him. But mate, all I had was me jocks on. I was chasing him up the street, and I'm just like,
I was just like, this is fun.
Me jocks.
Do you feel like a hero?
oh, not really. It's just something you got to do for the community, mate. It's like you look after your mates, and your mates will always look after you.
There you go. Good
Probably
attitude.
get
There
it.
you go, guys.
There's probably about 6 kids as well around the brew.
Yeah, but there
Six
was
kids, six
Yeah,
kids from
and
5 different wives.
And he's got a Ford
Ford.
t-shirt on, a Ford
Yeah,
singlet on.
Yeah, he's
And
definitely
on
a
the
bloke.
dole. Yeah. That's a
Fancy
chap.
not.
He's probably got 6 kids, but doesn't have custody.
Yeah.
Remind me not to tell you anything about me, you judgmental bastards.
Sorry, them.
And he don't eat bacon.
Kill him. Kill him now.
No,
We
he
don't have
can't.
enough teeth to eat.
He can't afford bacon.
No, there's not enough teeth to chew it.
Yes, and probably does have an ankle tag and probation. Yes, Demon Orb.
He sucks his bacon.
He sucks his bacon.
We've got,
Actually, that's not a bad idea, though.
Troggy said, I'd run too if some guy in his undies started running at me.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
I'd be running too, yeah.
So this would be the 3-minute warning for Jose's.
Oh, would
Okay.
it? Oh, is it that time already?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we haven't done the UFOs yet.
Never did it in Jose's either. Distracted.
He was in the chat earlier. Oh, he'll be back like his now, won't he?
Yeah, he's over there at the moment talking to the whole 7 people in there. 6
Yeah,
people.
we're all over here.
Yeah.
Okay. How's it go? If you can't identify it, it's not aliens, and if you can identify it, it's not aliens.
Exactly. But what if you identify aliens?
It's an
Well, then,
IF.
you've got
It's an
people to
IFO.
answer to.
It's a plane.
Yeah,
It's Superman.
It's an identified flying object. It's flying and it's identified, so therefore it's no longer a UFO.
No, you're quite correct.
Yeah, but just because it's unidentified doesn't mean it's alien.
No, quite right. That's why they call it UFO. Because I mean, the different agencies, I don't know, the FAA and all the rest of it, have UFO reports all the time until they're identified. They're still UFOs. They could be anything, but that's like daily occurrence.
So back in about the 80s, in the Melbourne area, there used to be this really good trick that they'd do probably about once a fortnight when they could afford it. The young kids would go up to the top of Mount Dandenong and they'd get the black garbage bags, and then they'd get fine cane skewers and make a cross that was just about the right diameter to go to spread out all the underneath of the or the opening of the garbage bag. Then they'd invert it like a hot air balloon and put a little foil cup with some cotton balls and a bit of methylated spirits or something similar in it, and they'd light it up. And if they put a touch of cooking oil in there, you get a whole heap of smoke. The smoke would fill up the garbage. The light would reflect off the smoke on the inside of the garbage bag. You'd end up with about 30 of these fucking hot air balloons floating off the top of Mount Dandenong. Mount Dandenong, just 70 k's away from Melbourne. And yeah,
I bet people freak out about that. I bet you.
Instantly, you'd hear all about all these bloody UFOs who are up in the sky on the radio and all of that.
What's the highest mountain in Australia?
Kosciuszko.
How high is it?
2,500 meters, roughly.
How high is Ben Nevis?
That's not a mountain, that's a tree.
It is just classified as a mountain. It's just over 2,000 foot.
Yeah. How high is Ben Nevis, did you say?
It's 6,000. It's 6,000 feet. It's 2,500 meters, so it's over 6,000 feet.
That's meter, is it? I thought it was feet.
Yeah, it's 2,500 meters.
Oh, what, your mountain?
Yeah.
Oh, right.
I would say Ben Nevis is a bit more than that.
What, 2,000 foot?
It's 6,000
Meters.
foot. It's meters.
6,000
In 2,500 meters.
6,000.
2.5 kilometers. You know, that thing that Oakley can't divide by?
What, by bacon?
Yeah.
I'll tell you what it is.
If Alexa's plugged in, I would ask her, but she's not plugged in.
It's 2,228 metres.
Yeah, Ben Nevis. Elevation 1,345
Is
meters.
Kosciuszko?
Yeah, so Mount Kosciuszko is higher.
Oh yeah.
Jose
Nope,
just
Jose's
just started.
With his 9 watching. We've got as many people in this chat.
No, not quite. We're one short.
I left. I'm in
Mr.
here. I'm in
Precision.
Jose's.
Well, in Northern Ireland, we've got the Mourne Mountains. They call them Mourne Mountains, but apparently the highest elevation is 850 metres.
The
So it's
Mountains
still
of
kind
Mourne.
Mountains
That's
of
not
Mourne. well, down to the
mountains.
sea.
That's mounds.
Yeah, well, it's referred. I mean, it's all on all maps as the Mourne Mountains. So
They are mountains, and I've done 20 miles over the bastards in less than 6 hours.
yeah, I've walked all over them as well. Yeah, I've been there. But 850 meters apparently is the highest elevation there and there.
Bloody hell.
It's about quality, not size.
This is true. This is true.
That's
I agree, I totally agree with that.
Yeah,
It's not the
4,000.
size. It's not the size. It's the motion of the ocean, isn't it? That's what it is.
Yeah, it's 4,430.
Yeah, I disagree.
I think that's probably Snowdonia. I was thinking it's 2,000.
It's actually a range of mountains, actually, well, hills, whatever you want to call it. But the tallest is Slieve Donard, which is just near Newcastle, 850 meters, and you got Slieve Binion. I've been up both of those, Slieve Binion and Slieve Donard.
Yeah.
I lived in Ireland a while, Kaza. Sorry. Carry on.
Go, Pep.
I was just saying, if you lived in Ireland a long time.
Northern Ireland.
Northern Ireland. I lived in Northern Ireland for about 18 years now, something like that.
All
18,
right.
19 years. Raised
Cool.
2 children here.
Cool. I'll give you a wave the next time I'm down the beach. I can see Ireland.
Oh, can you? Northern Ireland, you can.
Northern Ireland, yeah.
Yeah.
This is how Flat Furfer would think when he reads this information. Right, it's got Snowdonia, right? Square mile, location Wales, area 2,130 kilometers squared, established 1951. Snowdonia was built in 1951. You could see it now, can't you? That's how they interpret it. Not that a park was established yet. The mountain was. They built the mountain.
Yeah.
Ooh. Twitwit's in Jose's today.
Yes, I was about to say the same thing.
Oh no.
Do you know the tallest volcano in the solar system is what's it called? Not Olympus. Olympus Mons on Mars.
On Mars. Yeah.
Yeah, 3 times the height of Mount Everest.
Scary, isn't it?
Yeah, apparently it can't get any higher, literally because of the gravity. It can't,
I think that was in the chase the other day. That question.
Yeah, was it?
I know the answer. Yay.
Olympus Mons. It went out of my head for a second there. Yeah, Olympus Mons, huge, and apparently the total area of it is about the same size as Kansas.
Oh, wow.
Bloody hell.
All right, have you been there?
Yeah, of course I have. I'm the spaceman. What are you on about? Of course I have, many times.
Can you show
Playing his guitar?
Can you show without using any government documents or anything else? No photos. Evidence that it's really there.
Oh, you want me to demonstrate it right now and then that it exists without any photos? Okay.
You better write the hand on this one.
It's the new line of evidence. It's the new line of questioning that I'm giving all flat earthers. It's can you prove that you're real without any government documents or anything like that? No
or
photos
photos because they could be CGI.
Yeah,
no video.
Even
or
talking
audio.
to me. Even talking to me. Well, virtual. VR.
And then another one they often say is if you can't touch it, then it can't exist. Well, I say to people, well, I've never been to America, so therefore you don't exist.
Yep.
I can't touch you.
Well, that's, I can
Never
say
touch
the same for England.
Doom.
I've never been to Australia, therefore Australia doesn't exist.
Oh no, we're actors.
Yeah, I know you're all actors. Yeah.
And then we're gonna be copy paste after the show on there.
Oh, so has they started? Has he?
Yeah. Somebody's playing it.
Oh, I don't think I'll bother today.
Yeah, it's just opened the meet.
That
was actually the Eli Ohio that was playing the guitar. He's in the chat as well.
Oh, cool.
If I can stay awake, I'll do an after show for Alan, and then Alan can take over if he's able to.
Okay, well I'll just stay in here and keep it open.
Yeah, I'm gonna stay in here just to keep it running.
Yeah,
There's
just
no point in setting up another one.
Cool.
Well, you're going to keep the stream open as well.
Oh no! I'll stop the stream, but I'll leave the Zoom.
Keep the meet open.
Yeah.
Then we just pop back in here when Jose's finished and use this for the after show.
Yeah. Like we do every night.
I will see you later then.
Right,
okay, guys.
Over there,
See you there then.
Bye.
If you come back later, the link I'll keep the same link in my Discord.
Okay, that works.
If you bring the bacon, I'll bring the bread, and we can make bacon sandwiches afterwards.
Yeah.
Keep your bloody bread. I don't need bread to eat bacon.
You just need more bacon.
Okay, I'll bring a soda back then. How about that?
No, that's something to wipe your ass with.
Oh, I like soda bread. Come on, it's lovely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that
soda bread's
Coke
yummy?
Spilt on bread?
Soda bread and pumpkin soup.
Is soda bread Coke spilt on bread?
No.
No.
It's an unleavened bread. Just basically it's pretty much just flour and water. Really.
And while I've got you here, before I forget,
soda milk.
I keep asking Alan to shield my channel somehow because I'm sharing the use of Zoom for him, and I listened a couple of times to see if he did or post the link to my channel just to whatever, and he hasn't done it yet. So if someone could remind me at the start of the show, sort of thing.
I'll show you.
And the caveman never came on. Shame on you, Logical. Shame on you.
Well, he got his Zoom thing going, so
yeah.
We'll get him next time.
$1 for Terry's fun.
There's only 3 people in Jose's
Thanks, Peter. That's an extra $100. I think I'm going to be able to buy a few subs now.
Yeah. I had 51 yesterday, and I'm going to get 50 today. So somebody.
It's all right. It's all right, Cal. I've got plenty of this virtual money. I love it.
Yeah, Pip. It's probably just a flat earther that subbed to you, and then trolled you, and then fucked off.
Pip, what's your channel called?
Hi, Parrot.
Channel. It's not a channel. It's just a.
Feck it is, so I get 50 subs.
It's just her.
I don't care. It doesn't matter. It's an account then. Okay, there you should have 51 now.
Yeah, I had about 50 odd subs, and I didn't have nothing in my channel, so I went
I
that
got
for a while.
there.
Yeah,
I had. Pip's got 3 people on there now. She's got me.
Well, apparently you got 49 now. I've just subscribed and it's saying 49. What the hell?
Bloody hell.
Yeah, the other 47 are Pip. She's just got different.
Yeah.
Before I even put any content on my channel, I had 58 subs just from interactions.
I've just
You're
dropped,
popular.
I've just dropped Pip's I've just dropped Pip's channel in the both side chats. So
It goes up. I don't have much, but my daughter's a good singer. You could listen to that. In my one flat area.
There's a few. There's quite a few videos on there. Got quite a few.
Yeah, so my daughter was at school. I used to film.
I'm already bloody subscribed. What the fuck?
I'm already subbed too.
Yeah, I know I am.
So I lost 2 subs since yesterday.
Well, you're back to 50, so shush.
Yeah, back to 50 again.
I'll double check.
How come he's only got one person?
Yeah, I've subscribed. Yeah, you're 50. Yeah.
Good job.
Oh no, he's got more than that.
Gary Bennett.
Well, I'm going to go because I've got some videos to do. I'm going to try and finish a video today. If I can be
it's a hard life having things to do.
No, it's this video, and I got halfway through it, and I'm thinking I'm not really enjoying it. I'm not really enjoying this one, so I've got to finish it.
Gleam is in the chat.
So no more fisting, Spaceman.
Yeah.
No, definitely no fists or fisting in this one. No, definitely not.
No.
See you later. Bye.
Keep an eye out for your video.
Later, Spaceman.
Gleam is in the chat on Jose's.
Yeah, I noticed that. Yeah, I noticed that.
I can't see Gleam because I blocked him.
Who's Gary Bennett?
I don't know.
I know Gordon
know.
Bennett, but I don't know Gary Bennett.
Gordon
But it
Bennett,
says there's
wasn't
only-
he a
there's-
footballer?
Gordon Bennett.
Yeah.
There's only 3 in the meet, and 2 of
Yeah.
them will be Jose, I would think.
Yeah, well, that's right. Normally.
I don't know what they're talking about. I can't hear it. I've muted it.
Yeah, me too.
So have
I
I.
always mute it for his music bit for some reason. Because I'm like,
Oh,
yeah, I
no.
understand what Jose's doing, but I just
It's nice.
GPS
I-
and Gleam are
I-
arguing again.
I like
No,
my
as
music.
usual.
Sorry, what you say? Chap?
I like what? Who?
What? You.
Well, utter BS from Gleam again. Oh, Fred's getting involved.
Oh, is he? I can't be doing with the guy. He's just a complete and utter tosser.
Mm-hmm.
I called him out and he just wouldn't come in. He just ignored me.
Oh, I asked him the simplest of questions, which was, how come I can see Vega Star but not Polaris?
Yeah, it confused him.
And he goes, oh, you're only talking about it because I mentioned that I can see Crux A. I said, how the fuck can you see the Southern Cross?
Yeah.
It points to the Southern Celestial Pole. How the hell can you see it from fucking 50 degrees north?
Where is he then?
He's in England.
Yeah.
Oh, you're joking.
No,
in the UK.
Yeah, he's in England.
I'm gonna find him and kick him out. I'm gonna put
And
him
he
on a
reckons-
banana boat.
No,
He reckons he
no.
could see the
Everyone you
Southern
stick
Cross.
on a boat ends up here.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yay! You can
If-
have them.
If we have to put up with him, you're gonna have to suffer. Some
Well,
of him.
you know what? I'll give you a red hot tip.
What's
Flat
that?
Earth Aussie Jesus
Chris.
sentences up, and we're sending him back. Oh, fair.
Well, it's all right because he takes forever to say anything. You can just walk off it by then.
It's great. You can watch all of his videos at double speed, and it makes sense.
Yeah. I'm gonna have something to say.
So apparently Jose,
Profound.
apparently Jose and this Gary guy are talking about the
UFOs?
end of the open discussion, blah, 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 and what Jose's wanting to do. And he just asked him, do you think I'm going to lose a lot of people? And I think, yes, you are, Jose.
Why?
Well, it's not going to be flat earth today, so
It's
I don't
not going
think
to be. There's going to be no more panel like he has at the moment.
Oh,
It's
isn't
going
he?
in a complete direction, different direction.
Oh, there's the link. You can join the meets.
Okay.
Well, what they're talking about.
I'm stopping my stream now, so we'll see everyone maybe later on if they're still around.
I'll do this.
After
Bye,
Jose.
YouTubers.
Bye
Do
everyone.
Yeah,
this
bye,
quickly.
YouTubers.
Bye.